smacking the router with a bunch of traffic at once. All right, live video people. I just got to check the sound on the live video streams, and then we're going to start the actual showboken.
Yeah. Welcome to Showboken,
Totally.
New Jersey.
That's what I was trying to figure out what state I was thinking of. Ooh, okay.
Tasty.
Yeah, YouTube's hot. Now we check that Facebook sound.
And
Welcome to the
I
new
never
year.
checked. I never checked my mic because it's been that type of year
I know.
already.
Right?
4 days into it, I'm already giving up.
Okay. Just giving up on the year already.
Yeah, I'm fucking over it, man. I'm over our whole long-term timekeeping system. It's just not working out for me.
Just over the Gregorian calendar in general.
Yeah, it's so so beneath me.
All right. Just getting audio to the Facebook people. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. And gonna be going on Facebook too as soon as... Oh, I muted it in the wrong place. You probably heard me fine on Facebook the whole time. I gotta
What the
pay
hell?
attention to the old buttons. Yeah. All right, now we're climbing in the submarine. All right, yeah, I'm cozy with that. Maybe it's a little warm, maybe it's a little spicy, but I think it sounded all right. All right, now RadioVegas.rocks. Hey, let us know what you think of the new angle. Holla, Patrick. Thanks for the pirate flag moment. Okay, you guys, breathe the Zen. It's a new year. All right, we're Zen breathing. We're the kind of Zen breathers.
Are we though?
Well, I'm not Zen suffocating. We got tiny hands. Got tiny hands on the microphone. Whoa, I see
Helping
my,
us out.
my
Yep.
hands
Nope.
flailing. All right, so RadioVegas.rocks is doing a countdown thing right now. That's really cool. I recommend tuning in before and after our show and enjoying that and making sure I'm on the right streamy doodle.
Peripheral noises kill me.
All righty.
It's like in my ear. I'm like,
Those peripheral mind thought sounds.
yeah.
Gears moving. All right, so
Oh, that's how it starts.
yeah, it's a new year. Yeah, we got the pause during that pause.
We did it.
Yeah, we're doing it. We made it to another year.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, it's freaking real.
It's really unbelievable to me that the Earth made it one more time.
Didn't it feel though like a little bit like, are we gonna make it through this one?
Yeah, I get that sentiment. I just see that sentiment
louder
a
than I
lot.
thought.
Like, it just seems that people feel that way about 2018. And maybe I'm just like not remembering prior years as much, but
that 2018 just seemed like barely survivable.
yeah, for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know why.
It seemed on one of them cusps.
Yeah. I don't know, I just felt that way like generally and don't really know why. But I don't think I feel like much different.
Yeah, like you
Already.
feel that way anyway, but in this instance, it seems like the world's been there with you.
It was just amplified and everyone was like on the crazy train together.
Yeah. Shout out to Kicker Headphones, which we're hearing the gladness in. Okay, now we're really getting relaxed. We're getting eased in. You're watching people join the cozy, getting the coziness turned on, getting our cozy on.
Yeah, huddle up in your snuggie with your little pet snuggie.
Yeah, like a snuggie filled with pets or a snuggie made of pets.
A snuggie that is the pet.
Whoa.
A sentient snuggie that will do your dishes.
Sweet. Dude, that's like where genetic engineering is going.
Right?
We're amiss if we're not planning on skipping all these designer baby steps and hopping right on over to that designer, pets that do chores. There's a whole genre right there.
Well, were you ever into Dune, the Dune novels?
Oh, kind of peripherally, like the people have told me about
Yeah.
stuff. So.
Well, I won't go too deep into it, but just like great sci-fi. But eventually, like the original series is like 6 books long, and it's pretty epic. It follows like one family over like 10,000 years or something, like one family line. But anyway, just in like the fifth or sixth book or something, they just like throw these chair dogs at you. Like people just have chair dogs all over the place. And you're like, what the fuck is a chair dog? And it's pretty much just what it sounds like. It's like a little dog that's engineered to be like a little chair or ottoman when you need, and they're perfectly trained, and they just like when you sit down and you need to kick your feet up, who's there?
So like
Your little chair dog.
it's like an ottoman because I was picturing like a lap dog, but this is a dog that's way more useful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like dogs people use to sit on or rest your feet on, whatever.
Well, sometimes I see dogs around that are just standing there. I
Yeah.
figure if that's what you're doing with your life, you're just given a stand. You know, you can stand with some feet on your back a little bit.
Yeah. Put those dogs to work.
Why don't we feel that way about immigrants anymore? I feel like there's a strong metaphor there, because like there's a lot of prejudices that we get raised with inadvertently. Every country has its own cultures with their presidences. That's a Freudian slip on. So prejudices. I always got the impression that there's this like thing where Latinos are always praised as hardworking.
Yeah.
So like, what's this like? Oh, all these immigrant murders. There's the one immigrant murder, that Molly fella, and
Tibbetts or whatever.
Molly
Yeah.
Tibbetts. Her mom recently took in someone related to one of the immigrants that killed her daughter, and
Yeah.
actually press released this shit too to say, hey, look, this is about individuals. An individual murdered my daughter, and this is an individual that I'm taking into my home and taking care of. They're both Hispanic, they're both illegal immigrants, but they're individuals, and that the whole murder thing isn't something that's just hip for immigrants to do. In fact, actual scholars in what immigration does to countries show it as a net gain. Like the science all points to immigration being part of what made America
An
great in the first
economic
place.
benefit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's referred to as like a freebie by a lot of economists because they're willing to come here already skilled. We didn't have to invest in their training for them to come get the work done that they do. We didn't have to invest in their upbringing or anything. They're
Yeah.
just there
totally.
contributing to the economy right away. They could be skirting taxes and still they got to buy stuff where they live.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't skirt sales tax.
And you know, like one argument you never really hear though is like if people really want to curb immigration and it's the whole, they're taking our jobs thing. Why don't you go after the employers who are hiring illegal immigrants harder, like make laws tougher on them? No one ever like blames the employers for that. It never comes into discussion. It's always on the individual.
Well, the real solution is free internet for everybody. Because it's like, where's your excuse? You can go get all the free training you need to get a better job than that immigrant took from you. And you're already speaking the language. So take advantage of your advantages over them instead
Yeah.
of getting mad that they're taking your unskilled labor. How
Right.
much? There's always going to be unskilled labor. All the robots can take all the unskilled labor, and there's going to be new unskilled labor to do.
We'll find something.
Oh, for sure. I mean, look at the rise of service jobs that didn't exist before, which is delivery, with the automation that happens in just the booking people. And there's automation that's led to more labor in the form of Uber or Postmates or all these
Yeah.
apps. They've automated away a dispatcher job, but you lose this one dispatcher and you've got a fleet of drivers that are able to get more work than a dispatcher could ever manage.
Yeah.
Manage way more intelligently. Postmates is like up their game lately too, as far as the dispatching AI. It does this weird thing where it'll drop. You might have a second order lined up. It'll drop it and give you a different one that might be closer, and toss that one to someone else.
Oh, wow.
Instead of locking you in with it after you first accepted it. So it's weird because if you don't accept the other one, you just like lost one that went to someone closer to it then.
Oh, you have
But-
to like confirm the closer one.
Yeah, and if you don't confirm that one, you still lost the one that it took away from you to offer you this other one that was better anyway.
Oh, well, so you got to be on it, huh?
Yeah, so I mean, it puts a little more pressure on you. It takes away a little bit of choice to have more runs in the first place, and that's the kind of like AI moves that meant more work for me in the case of that. So, but hey, I don't want to turn this into a rant about immigration thing. But if we can turn it into a positivity about automation thing, there's a lot to be said about that, and that's going to be like an ongoing theme into the next year, I believe. Since
Yeah, yeah.
we're going to end up talking about the future, I'm sure. Like, you know, we're going to do some year-end recap today. Going to do some next year pre-cap. Like, what are we looking forward
All
to?
right, the pre-cap,
I mean, we're going to see notchless phones. We're going to see the first phone with a hole in the screen and a camera in the hole rather than a notch this year for sure. I don't know if
Really?
it's going to be the middle of the year or might push on to the end of the year, but Samsung is not releasing a notched phone. They're skipping the notch era. They've got a patent for their own way to cut a hole in the screen and have the
So there's
screen
going to be
still
like
work.
a separate lens in the screen.
Yes, a hole in the screen with a lens behind the little hole. Because a pinhole camera, you know, doesn't have to be very big.
Yeah.
The catch is when you've got Face ID like the iPhone uses, where it actually projects a grid of dots on your face and then looks at that projection in infrared, which means another light emitter and another camera, in addition to the like human eyes can see camera on the front of there. It's extra holes for all that to work.
Yeah, yeah.
Which has got Apple on the notch train for now, but Apple's been courting seeing through the screen for a minute. But inevitably, I mean, if you look at LCD screens, they're already semi-transparent. And
Yeah.
an OLED screen is the solution to being able to get a hole cut in it and have it survive it better. All the flexible ones are OLED. It's just organic LEDs. Those don't have a backlight. But when you have something like that maybe is already similar to one-way glass like LCD is, I know I'm stretching here, but people have been looking at hiding that crap behind the screen to where it's like one-way glass to where the cameras can just see through the screen from the other direction.
Yeah, that'd be the move.
I thought that's what was going on with the fingerprint sensors in the screen, but that's tiny holes actually. So in order for the sensor, which is like wide but optical, to see the fingerprint through the screen, it's actually looking at a bunch of little holes in the screen that you don't see when it even like does a little infrared glow through the holes. It's really weird. So spooky tech like that is happening already. Xiaomi, the Chinese phone company that starts with an X, if you're trying to look it up or whatever, Xiaomi has a slider like the old slidey keypad phones. Just slides a little bit, and then all your front-facing stuff is in the little slidey area. And it feels just like the old Samsung, the original Samsung Galaxy with the keyboard in the bottom.
Oh, yeah. A little...
Yeah, the little exactly. So Xiaomi's got one of those. Then there's, I think it's the Mi Mix or something like that a little motorized camera pops out the side. These are bezel-less, quote-unquote bezel-less phones that get away with screen covering the whole face already. But the next ones, we're going to have a little hole in there to deal with, which, I mean, how many of you have a cracked screen or some gunk under your screen protector or some other things on your screen you're looking around anyway that you're not going
Yeah.
to see some little hole?
That should be all you clumsy asses' New Year's resolution, is to stop being all willy-nilly with your damn phones. I don't know what you people are doing. They need to have like a phone that just like you can just surgically attach to your hand permanently. That'll fix that problem.
Hand, though, is that where you'd put it? I mean, hands they're up to a lot. I'd want to put a phone surgically into my shoulder.
Hey,
It's right there already.
maybe you should stop dropping your phone. You know? I mean, we got to teach you a lesson.
That's an interesting argument that people that don't wear cell phone cases, I said it that way, point out a lot. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson will flip his phone around in his hand like a army soldier, saying that they practice with wooden guns like that. So that when things are crazy, you know the weight of it and you can just catch it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's from the point of view of someone that can also afford to replace it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
like you're learning on a device that in the end is expendable. If you've got one shot or it's no phone zone, I say wrap it in rubber.
Yeah, it's probably the best move.
Wear cell phone cases, you guys. Wear a case.
Yeah, over your whole body.
Yeah, wear them.
Make a suit out of them.
That's my X-Men powers. I just grow silicone cell phone cases and just secrete it. It's like these growths come, and eventually there's these little flashing webs to cut, and like I sell them at the park. Here you go. I grew it myself.
So I get
Why
my
does
weed
it
money.
smell like that?
Oh man, this is really weird.
It smells like you've been wearing it. You had rubber pants on.
Oh man, you're an X-Man. Do something. Just throw a rubber case at someone. The hell was that?
No, I'm like support X-Men. I'm like X-Men, like bureaucracy. I'm an administrative X-Men. I'm not like infantry.
Oh man.
I do. My power is I fill out paperwork so efficiently.
We make sure that the X-Men, if they drop their phones while they're like talking in the middle of a battle, they got that covered.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about that.
I'm the human spreadsheet. I've got insurance for my insurance.
XL man.
I've got insurance powers.
Oh man.
I know what things need the greatest coverage and what things need the smallest deductible. It's my power.
QuickBooks Silver.
That is a serious...
Quicksilver books.
No one ever has... Quicksilver books. No one ever has, like, left brain powers. I'm just realizing. No one ever has powers of, like, oh, I'm going to totally figure out the trajectory we need in this moment with my
Yeah,
math.
I'm sure there are some. Because there's just like
Yeah.
10 million superheroes that have been created over the years.
But, like, canon, show me math hero that's canon.
Yeah. Oh,
I
I'm sure
want
I'll
it.
find
The
one.
fans are demanding.
I'll find one, man. All right, so speaking of the future, I got pull up this one first. We got the cutest, tiniest little robot.
Yeah. I'm going to have to post a link to this so you can see. But
Yeah.
in the midst of crazy science news lately, this particular fella stood out. And you'll know you've found it because it looks like a piece of Velcro.
Yeah,
With
that's a
little-
good description.
Right? So it looks like a piece of... excuse me. Electrical tape with these little fingers coming out of one's hand. Like just a ton of little feet. And the feet look like the little Velcro hooks, but without hook time. And it like... It just bends and flops around and it uses these little feet that are supposedly like a really good ratio to grab on the inside of your guts and crawl around and work and grab all kinds of different surfaces to deliver medicine.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is it doesn't have mobility on its own. Magnets outside your body manipulate the thing.
Yeah.
So it gets all bent and off-roads all through your guts due to magnets on the outside grabbing it and pulling it through you.
Yeah, it seems pretty crazy, but I just want one.
I know. I want it to like sit on the desk and like dance for me and stuff.
Yeah, it looks to me like a little flat caterpillar.
It looks like it's from like a Studio Ghibli, like Velcro.
Yeah, that's a good description of it.
It's like Spirited Away rectangle.
Yeah, it's secretly a dragon god that pukes gold.
It's a river. Spoiler.
Oh yeah, man, I haven't seen that movie in so long. But that creature, what is it?
No face.
No face. Yeah, dude, that's like the coolest thing ever.
You guys holler for No Face.
Yo, man.
That's one of my favorite characters in anything.
Yeah, cool design too.
Yeah, Adam Savage on Mythbusters makes the sickest No Face costume. Not on Mythbusters, like a decade or two after that show. I mean,
Yeah,
His current-
the dude who
his
was,
online presence is sick.
Is it?
Yeah.
I never check anything out from that dude anymore.
He has a channel called Tested and a co-host that kind of took it over. And now he's mostly making his own movie props for sport. And
Oh,
just
really?
putting out killer YouTube content. He's
Yeah?
just pitching tent all day. He's pitching some tent.
Pitching that YouTube tent.
Adam Savage's tent is,
Huge.
yeah, a huge tent. Adam Savage makes a huge tent. Oh, wait. That's right. Can't forget him. All right, you guys, it's a new year. Holla about our angles. Holla about our stingers.
Holler about your new year.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the new year? What are you gonna do to,
Yeah,
turn,
what are you
turn
up to?
yourself into a better version of yourself?
Make some commitments to us.
Yeah.
Make some creepy commitments
Yeah.
in the comments.
We'll totally keep you accountable.
Yeah, we'll accountabilize you. We're accountables.
So this one is
The
this one.
accountables, that's my superhero crew. Sorry, new news, get ready.
John, it appears you only went to the gym 5 times last month, and it says here that your goal was to go 15. We're gonna have to work on that, buddy. Come on, let's get you motivated. All right.
Accountables.
Here's the motivator of a superhero themed episode.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
juicy.
So this one's for you. These two hackers by the name of Hacker Giraffe, and I'm just guessing this guy is Juicers. It's J3W
Oh yeah.
S3R.
Oh, gotta be. Oh, I guess
Yeah, our guest is here.
activated the dog alarm. Wow, they like
But
the
they
smell of him.
they basically were using this exploit to take control of like Chromecast devices.
Oh, is this to get people to vote for PewDiePie?
Yeah,
To subscribe
yeah.
to PewDiePie?
Yeah, I saw it and was
That's
like,
the Chromecast hack, pretty amazing. Still doesn't beat the printers, though. That's so juicy. It's like you've been sitting on this printer hack, just waiting to hack some printers. And like,
Right.
now's my time.
just what were they doing? They were just like printing out ads for PewDiePie.
To subscribe. Because PewDiePie, you know, is locked in
yeah.
that battle with T-Series.
Is he? No, I don't keep up with anyone.
It's like a faux battle. Have you guys met Damon Mallow?
I don't think so. You look familiar though. I think I've seen you around.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Damon Reeder.
Nice to
All
meet
right.
you.
Hey, hop on that microphone there. Get cozy. So we're talking about how T-Series, which is an Indian YouTube channel.
Really?
Yes. It's a whole...
Indian or
No, from the country India,
Gotcha.
which has a greater population than the United States by at least a factor of 3, right? Maybe it's 6 times more people than us.
It's like 3 or 4.
So YouTube's really, got more market share there than it used to. And T-Series is basically like their Vivo. So it does this, it's like multiple music videos and labels collaborate on this corporation-owned YouTube channel. It's a media network. So PewDiePie is just a dude. He's made like a small media network at one point, but scaled it down the last year, where it's mostly just him reacting to memes. It's like he's of a classic generation of YouTubers, but somehow, one way or another, he has the greatest number of subscribers. He's had the record
Yeah.
for the most subscribers on YouTube for a while.
how many subscribers does he have?
So it's about 70 something million now, pushing 80 million.
That's quite a lot.
So T-Series started to get up to him in like the 40s. He had like 40 something million, or maybe like almost 40, and the T-Series was right there, like 39, and he was about to go past it. Then just this massive network of people, and he was like totally cool. He's like, yeah, why do I want to compete with a corporation? I don't need that pressure. I'm not trying to be number one, just trying to be good and maintain my current community and put out good content by them. I'm not going to be pressured by a bunch of old subscribers that probably don't even remember they subscribed to me. That's not what it's about, that silly number. It's about good content for people. So he officially doesn't really care, but of course he hopped right on the bandwagon with it. And it's like, yeah, especially Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is another YouTube celebrity, you could say, but major YouTuber that's mostly famous for videos where he like tips a waitress $100,000, or like recycles a brand new iPhone X, or just like superfluous wastes of large amounts of money, but he'll make it back in the view count.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, he's been doing that for a minute. So his most recent stunt is to spend like $1 million in advertising for PewDiePie. Billboards, newspaper ads, just this trucks, an LED screen truck that he drove on the streets of his town. Just massive amounts of advertising to get people to subscribe to PewDiePie
Yeah.
and get them aware of the war against T-Series.
Dude just has like fuck you money and is like, yeah, that's my thing.
And he makes it all back.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, just monetizing these multi-million view videos. So that got at it, and that's how we got from like 40 million over to currently like 70 something million. So he like practically doubled his subscriber count that he wasn't even trying to improve because of the controversy over people not wanting to see him lose number one.
Oh, man.
And just not wanting to see like change, I guess.
That's when they're dedicated.
The 9-year-olds, that's the PewDiePie fans, which I'm one of. I love the new PewDiePie especially. He like grew up to be the cynical fuck just like us, and I love him. His stuff is really funny. So I actually do want to encourage everyone to keep subscribing to him. Keep doing it. Keep subscribing your friends' phones against their will to him.
Yeah, you're probably
There's been a trend of that.
you're probably on the payroll, Waz.
Yeah.
On the payroll for big big pie.
No, I just want my printer to work again. My printer's going to be hijacked until
Damn hackers.
Yeah.
Right. Oh man.
That's killer though. The printers printing. Have you heard about that, Damon? So there's printers that have been hacked by an anonymous hacker that to then print out a message to tell you to subscribe to PewDiePie.
Get out. So there's just people randomly getting
Yeah.
printed sheets out of their printer saying, please subscribe here.
Correct.
That's amazing.
Right? I can't remember of like a printer hack like that happening in,
That's
in
a
years.
great hack.
Right?
For advertising.
They're not anonymous. They have names. Hacker names.
Oh, there's a hacker name for the printer dude?
Yeah, well, it's there might be another guy, but the dudes in this article is Hacker Draft and Juicer.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You just mentioned that.
Yeah.
I just think everything hacking is anonymous.
Yeah, I mean, it's just alias.
They all clearly
alias.
have names. I'm still calling them anonymous.
Right.
I forgot what that word means.
Doesn't that mean you still have a name? We just don't know your real name?
It's still an incredible hack, though. It's like great advertising.
Right.
Speaking of advertising, I think we should jump into our first. Gosh, sorry, that was intense. Our first ad break early, because for the new year, I've got great new ads in there. Fire, and you're gonna want to taste on them. They're way better than previous ads. They're great sponsors that previously we've just like talked about them, but now there's like an actual
I already
thing.
want to buy what you're selling.
Get ready. This is one we've held up their boxes and eaten their snacks a few times. This is Hot Boxes. Check this out.
The Hot Box is the brainchild of a native Las Vegas entrepreneur who sees a vision of future where people who value their time and relaxation understand the convenience of having a ready-made snack box delivered right to their door. Their mission to unite like-minded individuals through ritualistic enjoyment in their specific time of need. Their goal, make sure that every kitchen, man cave, dorm room, fight party, game night, date night, get together, hang session, smoke out, and backyard boogie has a hot box present and one on the way. The Hot Box snack boxes, find them on the web at gethotboxes.com or call them at 1-833-HOT-BOX. That's 1-833-468-2699. Gethotboxes.com.
That's
The brainchild
right.
native
Oh,
Las
I just
Vegas
set to
entrepreneur.
repeat. Check that out. Look at me today. Repeaty Joe, repeating things. Hot Boxes. The other cool thing about them, besides the fact that I think I like speed changed their commercial by mistake. Anyway, Hot Boxes. Easy to remember because the obvious weed association between snacks. And when you fill a smaller area with, what do you call it? Smoke? Smoke. Smoke of cannabis. The smoke of the cannabis. They call that hotboxing, in fact, to be collegiate about it. But
You
okay,
youngsters.
but where do you get it? Where do you get the crap to make the smoke out of? You can have it delivered to you, and a particular place that we like to recommend that's a sponsor is Emerald Essence. They're our first weed sponsor, and we've been having great experiences with them and hearing a lot of positive feedback of people getting weed with Emerald Essence brought to them. That's easy to remember because it's like that Emerald, that Wizard of Oz place. People are always bringing up Wizard Oz. That Wizard Oz guy around me. I don't know why. I don't know why people keep bringing him up when they meet me.
Just randomly?
Yeah, just randomly. I introduce myself. I tell them my name, and they bring up the Wizard of Oz. I don't even understand why, but they do. It's so weird. I don't know what makes them think of that. But then, there's that Emerald place that they deal with there, and it has an essence. Emerald Essence. It's alliteration. They both start with letter E. Anyway, that's how I advertise something, as I talk about the letters used in its name. But hey, that's where you get your hot box fuel. And this is a fresh one for me. We're going to learn and discover about this one together. Kevin, one more. Come on, stick with me. One more. Come on.
Hey everybody, Crazy Jay from the Rockin' Comedy Show. There's a lot of talk right now about new year, new you. What about new you, old car that needs to look new? If you've been listening to Radio Vegas.rocks for the past couple of months, then you know all about Angel Wax and how amazing this product really is. We've been telling you about it. People have been buying it, and it's only gonna get better. So what do I mean by that? How about Tommy Davis, the man behind Angel Wax? He's getting ready to start an invasion. An invasion you're going to want to be a part of. This is where they're going to travel across the country doing public hands-on demos, and they're going to bring the brand out to more people in the public eye, and more people are going to know about it. That means more beautiful looking cars on the road. Angel Wax, check it out online. Check them out on Facebook. Order yours today. Mention RadioVegas.rocks. You're not going to be disappointed. If you're a car buff who loves to spend the weekend or a lot of time detailing your car, you need to get all products from Angel Wax, and you need to order them today.
Detail that car. Yeah, thanks, Jay, because he brings up another good point with that mentioning RadioVegas.rocks. That's really important. If anyone we mention here, whether it's Naked City Pizza or Strip and Dip Chicken, that we've got this network of food places like that are phenomenal. The pepperoni cups over at Naked City Pizza, or Strip and Dip's amazing substrate chicken for the various rainbow of sauces that chicken just holds so nicely in its little chicken finger arms. Right? And it's the perfect shape.
It's legit.
Chickens for the dippies. And Juan's
I also like the dip.
Juan's Flaming Cantina Fajita. Juan's Flaming Cantina Fajita. No, Juan's a sweet dude. His Flaming Fajita Cantina is a legend that's been with us for a minute. And I could go on and on. But my point is, these places are all places you can mention RadioVegas.rocks. And that's important. So there. Hey, so... Do it. Come back on our little submarine. We've got the submarine of news gurgling around, doing its little beeps under the water. And hey, dude, and we're welcoming podcast. Welcome. Damon, I'm going to have you push a surprise button. Anyone, well, I didn't tell you, you can't just hit any of these. What am I saying? No, any of these 3 rows. Check it out. Together, we're going to push one of those. Do it. It's bomb diffusing sounds. And now we've got a new piece of news. What have you got brewing in your steam chamber over there?
On New Year's Day, we'll have a spacecraft take a trip by the farthest object, most distant object we've ever visited.
Yeah.
Ultima Thule.
Is this the duck?
The duck?
So there's an asteroid shaped like a rubber ducky that we're visiting too, but I get it mixed up with this one. We're visiting some stuff right now as people. Space-time's gotten busy.
Yeah, this thing is 4.1 billion miles away from Earth.
That's quite a ways.
Yeah, it's past Pluto. It's in the Kuiper Belt. It's just some giant-ass rock in space.
Is that in our solar system?
I think the Kuiper Belt is like past Pluto, so it's like on the
that's
outside of it.
amazing.
Yeah, it's
we're
on the
that far
crispy
out.
outer shell.
Yeah,
Let's go Earth.
Yeah, we're booking it.
but it's like the size of New York. We're just cruising by it, taking some pictures, but it's so far away that it's going to take like 2 years total for
all
the information to get back to us.
Images
just what's
from the
sent back
satellite
up.
are actually closer than they appear.
Yeah, right. But it has to like just hella slow. It's only like 50 gigs of data or something, but it's going to take 2 years to get back. But yeah, that's cool.
That's a sick piece of space news. We've got a couple of space newses. That reminds me of another one I know is on the list. So we've also been talking about what our favorite, like what would our X-Man mutation would be. Like whether it's a superpower or just a mutation that you would totally pick if you're
That's an
an
interesting topic.
Stew on that, because now I'm going to preempt. We're going to come back to that, pin it down, and put it in a compartment on your brain shelf while we think about what you would have your planet made out of. So you're getting your own planetoid, an exoplanet, meaning orbiting a sun that's not our own, another star. So this distant star,
Kind of like hitchhikers.
the planet could be made of anything. Yeah, we'll build it for you, Hitchhiker style.
That's groovy. Okay.
Thanks for bringing up like my favorite franchise, by the way.
Or the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
also liked the detective book, Dirk Gently.
Yeah.
Great book.
I read the first couple of those. Also good. So, because we've found a planet that might be for you, depending on what your planet might be made out of. This planet, we're pretty sure, is made out of sapphires and rubies, is it?
Yeah.
One of those gems that the
Blue and
word
red.
looks weird. You know when you see the word ruby, it doesn't look like something precious. It looks like some weird...
Looks like garbage, kind of.
Just like the word
The
looks
word
like
ruby.
it's a...
R's and B's. You find those
Yeah.
letters in garbage.
I was thinking it kind of rolls off like a weird, like a disease, like one of those old time seafaring disease. Like,
got
it's
the
got
rubies.
the rubies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like an
Got-
STD kind
got
of.
rubies. Yeah, it does. It sounds like an STD. So it's not the gem I'd pick.
You get
But-
it from a girl named Sapphire at the strip club.
Yeah, let's get that blue and red. So anyway,
Oh,
the
man.
sapphire and ruby planet, pretty decadent. I don't know. I feel like these are like B-list gems. I want to see some. There's supposed to be some
They're-
diamond
those are
planets.
actually,
Carbon
yeah,
is really
those are,
abundant.
next to diamonds, I guess they're B-list, but they're still in the top.
Well, no,
three.
but I mean, I guess we think they're B-list, but like diamonds are like the most common gem.
And we can manufacture them.
Yeah, we can like
create them
manufacture
now.
like perfect replicas.
Well, I mean, you talking about moissanite?
No, I was talking not even zircos. There's like good.
Not zircon. Moissanite is a stone that was actually discovered by Dr. Moissanite when an asteroid hit, I think, in Arizona. And then he found a way to replicate that in a laboratory, making flawless, close to diamond style stones that are even shinier and flawless.
I haven't heard about that specific one unless it totally is the one I'm thinking of. But there's like a couple.
It's not zircon though, but it's moissanite, and it actually tests as a diamond if you use a diamond tester on it.
Sweet. Maybe that's the main one that I'm even
It's
thinking
an amazing stone. It's beautiful too, by the way.
But then people like want real diamonds, so there's actually like a market for like
Yeah,
flawed
flaws.
diamonds
Yeah,
to make
flaws are hip.
because
That's
that's
right.
like
Flawed diamonds are considered more.
yeah,
expensive
because
Yeah,
it's a real
so-
diamond.
Real,
Yeah.
yeah.
All you kids, you grew up with us throwing away your flawed diamonds, being all grumpy about your first husband or whatever, and his flawed ass diamond. You should be glad you didn't chuck this at him and you held on to it now that the flaws are all worthwhile.
Something about flaws in
Yeah.
humanity. It's a good metaphor.
Right? And who saw that coming when we were like undervaluing these things? Like these flaws are going to be what makes this gem useful in the future.
Wild off topic. I was actually trained with GIA to learn how to scale diamonds. Isn't that crazy?
Dang, that's rad.
Yeah, for J.C. Penney's back in the day.
Oh, that's
I know a lot about diamonds actually.
a fun.
So you would,
little
like, test
thing to
them?
add.
And, like,
yeah,
rate
I
them?
can actually, I'm not fantastic at grading. I mean, in comparison to a professional jeweler's been doing it all their life, but I know about the 4Ks, the clarity and then the radiance.
Dude, it's so fortuitous that we would
Inclusions.
have you on
Yeah.
Sapphire Planet Day.
I
Yeah.
agree. So would you like me to grade your planet for you?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to grade them and help us put together a better planet to outdo this sapphire and ruby monstrosity.
The thing about diamonds is that they're not all just clear. Some of the most expensive ones have color in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Due to a flaw in the chemistry, it's
Hey-
going to come across blue or yellow. Am I not talking directly into it?
Yeah, you're actually moving around a lot, microphone wise, but there's some Kicker headphones you can grab. Did you know Kicker made headphones? They totally hooked us up with these.
Should I put these on?
Yeah, you should
If
get
you want
them.
to.
You don't have to.
I didn't see
but
he had them on, but let's give it a try. See what happens.
don't go doing things in your life one way or the other based on what he's up to because
Gotcha.
You'll just
yeah,
yeah.
he's not like Captain. Show us how to do it over there.
I got you. Now I can hear myself, so
Yeah,
I know
then
what to speak into the
you
microphone.
know when
I
you're
got
coming
you.
and going. Well, the thing is, some shows lean further from the mic
Mm-hmm.
and chill more on that. But like, I made a decision a while back that I had set things up so we could kind of lean in on the mics and get that proximity effect and get a little more intimate.
I actually like that, the intimacy.
Because I'm
of
not
the
afraid
microphone.
to grab the volume a little bit more and have people be a little bit more dynamic that way. Because what happens is people sneak up and throw that in for unexpectedly, and then they blast us out. It's like,
Here's
I'd
an
rather
odd
you just be
question.
on the page
What's-
with us.
Do you
with
know
it.
what your birthstone is?
Oh, opal.
Opal. That's a,
Well, am I right? Because I'm a June 25th.
Opal's actually my favorite stone. It's considered like the queen of all stones because it's the way it's colored.
The queen
rainbow.
of-
Yeah,
I
it comes from
love it 'cause
Australia,
of the-
right? It's got the rainbow looking.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
far as I know, I'm not like pro on. I didn't choose like. Well, so that one's my birthstone, so I'm gonna learn a bunch of that one.
Yeah, it's a beautiful stone.
It is,
Beautiful
though.
stone.
I
They
did-
consider that the queen stone if diamond is the king stone.
Nice.
Yeah, because of the rainbow effect of the shiny radiance. It's gorgeous.
And we'd have the same stone because we're actually Mallow and I are actually birthday brothers.
Are you guys on the same birthday? Exactly.
of
Get
this-
out.
Yeah, hours apart.
So what's your sign then?
We're both cancers then, but
Oh
we're
no, wait, I'm
cuspy-
a Cancer. That's
cuspy
crazy.
ones.
I'm a
We're
June
cuspid,
Cancer
though.
though. You guys July Cancers?
No, June
Late June.
25th.
No way. I'm June 24th.
Yeah,
That
man,
is
we're
wild, man.
cuspers. We're cuspy.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are so close to it. That's
The
crazy.
cusp.
Yeah, we're cusping it. We're bicuspids.
I
Yeah,
was
so
pretty sure that my birthstone was the pink one, though.
that's the thing is, you know that that's not consistent.
I do now.
There's other birthstone things that like
I personally like opal, so if it is really the opal,
some months
I'm
have a
very happy
couple
to hear that.
different birthstones depending on who you
Yeah, there's
ask.
like different people that released their, birthstone references.
For sure.
Yeah. It's whatever you want it to
I
be
want
now.
the Sears and Roebuck birthstone one.
Sears
I
and
think that's
Roebuck.
the opal. I think that's who
Sears
I'm-
is a great company.
Man, sucks to work for them this year though, considering that they're bankrupt and they're having they had like weeks of Black Friday baloney.
Yeah.
Where they're just like
Black Friday
sweeping the
baloney.
bodies
Oh
up.
my. That's funny.
They're just
Have you seen the
fucking
one at the
take it
Meadows
already.
Mall, man? It's all half torn apart and they're redoing it.
So sad.
Damn.
The Sears
Meanwhile, they're
situation's
like
sad.
execs were getting like multi-million-dollar bonuses and shit.
And they're putting all these employees in the stores out of work.
Yeah.
Sad.
Well, I'm gonna just devil's advocate here, partly for sport, because maybe they're dickheads and they're greedy and all, but sometimes when you get on that executive tip, part of your pay is like stock options or future investment that you put into it. Sometimes they come in on not even taking that much of a salary compared to what they put, because sometimes you can't from the outside really judge what they lost in other opportunities too.
Yeah.
They could have done, and
Right, that's a good
trying to
point.
rescue something dropped in their lap that maybe was unrealistic, Kmart. And sometimes what they're getting as their parachute thing is liquidation of something that they put in. But man, I don't know that.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
know, and I don't know if this is an example of that at all, nor can I like name a good example where that's been that way. I just know it's possibly a thing. Sometimes that's a thing. Sometimes it really doesn't seem like it's a thing though.
No. They want you to think it's a thing.
I mean, the auto industry ones are the gnarliest, where it's like, why are you taking any kind of... And it's one thing when a goal was met, executive met the goal, a company could be going in the trash, but they had an agreement to make this if they at least got the company to do this.
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
can be taken
Right.
out of
I don't have
context.
any problem with that, to be honest.
But-
The only thing I had a problem with was when there were the bailouts, a few years ago, and then an executive took like $1 million bonus, even though the company was in the tanker and getting bailed out by the government. That's
Yeah, the
that's a
bank
different story.
bailouts and the walkaways from those,
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
there's no way.
Yeah.
If like one out of those like 8 or whatever was even remotely earned, I'd be quite surprised. That's parachute time deluxe. That's that ruby parachute all day. The ruby and sapphire
Ruby
parachute.
I love that. I love that.
All right, so what's our planet? What's
Yeah,
our,
what's
I
our
think we got to
planet gonna
move
be
away
made
from
of?
the stones,
We
man.
can team decide on this. We don't have to individually.
Well, it
compete
doesn't
on
have to
the-
be just stones. I mean, it could be precious metals as well, right?
Yeah,
I'll
well,
allow it.
I'm thinking we do like champagne instead of water. It's like champagne, like champagne
Oh,
rivers.
I like where you're going with
It
this.
stays.
Champagne.
Kinda like a Las Vegas club style planet. We
yeah,
have,
man, like
shiny
just pink
lights.
champagne. Like you can go
Yeah.
like cruising down the pink champagne river. That's what it'll
Like
be
a
called.
rosé.
That's groovy.
Rosé River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have like the continents be like spinning DJ discs.
Man, you guys, though,
yeah.
real talk. That's the beer of the next generation. Rosé is on fire right
Rosé,
now.
I love it.
Rosé is so hip and
I like sangria personally.
worthy.
Sangria
Yeah.
is delicious. Well,
Yeah.
the fruit juice is healthy.
Yeah.
You gotta get your vitamin C.
People are starting to wake up to the fact that good wine doesn't have to be bitter or dry.
Oh, I can't stand
That you can have a
dry,
nice,
bitter wines.
juicy-
It should be delicious, personally.
You can have a
Like a Manischewitz,
oh yeah, that's shit.
a little dessert wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking Zinfandel or any rose.
Right, I understand. Those are good dinner wines for sure, or even lunch wines.
Yeah.
Or
man.
breakfast, depending on what you're into.
Blush, you guys.
Some orange juice.
They've got some sissy names, but I ain't turned around a.
Well,
I ain't
a
turned
lot of
off a
females
blush.
drink that, so those are named after that general market.
Because they ain't looking to torture themselves.
Women love to be tortured,
You,
though,
you,
don't
you
they?
have a nice couch or you have like a hardback wooden chair, you tend to plop down on the couch and that's your
Threaten me with a
rosé.
good time.
Yeah, that's to get that blush on. Have a nice blush. You want to drink this bread. You want to drink this hoppy ass bread juice. So I
Right.
can have that IPA, man. Totally tastes like a sheet of notebook paper.
Yeah, IPA.
Or you can have a rosé. Tell me.
Just go out.
I like Samuel Adams, but some of those IPAs are just like
That's
motor
like it.
oil, you know?
Just go out in the field and like grab you a handful of dandelions. Munch that down. You're good to go.
Yeah, totally. Suck on a socket set.
Yeah.
Socket sick.
Man.
A power drill in the closet. Delicious.
All right. This guy.
It smells like a great IPA. Yeah. Okay, we're getting off on. That's the whistle we blow for more. Do we have more space news? I know we have another.
I don't know. I was gonna grab some more.
How about that asteroid that was slowing down and speeding up? Did you guys hear about that?
No, I didn't.
No.
So there's this asteroid we've been keeping track of that's been slowing down and speeding up, and they're like, there's no possible way that an asteroid would behave that way unless it was possibly a ship of some type.
Well, no, I read that it could have to do with something that's expelling inconsistently.
Right, that's what they.
But there's signs that it's not. That doesn't fit that explanation.
Well, yeah, the general velocity change is just so ridiculous that they're like, that's physics can prove anything, but it's just not quite. I mean, it's possible, but not plausible.
What if you join me on an implausible thought journey here
I love
for a
this.
moment?
Let's do that.
That perhaps it's not any kind of craft, and just something can fly through there and catch some gravity on some shit that we're not seeing.
Totally.
Because, like, we fucking didn't expect old Diamond Ruby Alabaster Planet over there. Alabaster Planet. Well, like amber glass. I'm getting cheap here. My planet's not going to cost as much as you guys'.
Ambergris.
I'm really ambergris is gross and weird and comes from a whale and has a really weird story. If you want to look that
I don't
up.
actually know what that stuff is. It's like whale snot or something that
It's
collects.
It's like whale vomit.
Yeah,
It like builds up in their stomach and they vomit it, and then people
eat
use
this,
it to they use it to make perfume.
And other things. It's worth a lot of money.
It was
you know?
used.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm actually just talking about amber glass, which is just that glass that was really popular in the 70s. That's amber colored. It's just colored glass. It's just orange colored glass.
Right.
That's it.
But I mean, it was really diamond patterns in it and stuff. Have a little
All
mug.
kinds of knickknacks.
Knickknacks.
Grandma's knickknacks. Amber glass.
Shout out to my grandmother in Michigan,
Yo,
who's
grandma.
got a lot of amber glass. So I'm gonna make her own plant. I'm gonna visit all the time. It's gonna be covered in amber glass.
I gotta give love from your nana.
Dude, little candles sitting in it. Then the candle's kind of orange too. I don't know. It's gonna be a cheap. Have some rosé in there. Yeah. Sorry, my planet's not as fancy. Wait. Then you get a little intimate part right there. It's part from Grace Conversation. Get ready. All right. So, what are you guys? Where are you coming with your planets? Where are you coming with your planets? Is what I said.
Right, I'll be coming on my planet.
What?
I'm really trying to think about what I want my planet to have, right?
Okay, stew on that. Put that on the shelf next to what you want your body to mutate into. And we're going to...
We play a game similar to like this, but it's like nanobots. What would you do with your nanobots when they become possible? And I already know what I want my nanobots to do to me.
Tell me, I
want
this.
my nanobots to change my skin color at my own thought patterns, so I can have color changing tattoos that do like flashy patterns, like Rockstar style.
Oh yeah,
That's what I seriously want to try to get the patent on these nanobots, so that they can.
That
do
is a great nanobot.
Thank you.
usage. So those two things we got on the shelf, we're gonna fucking
Gotcha. I'm working
pirouette on them at the end of the show or by the end of the show. But this nanobot tip, okay, I got one already.
Oh, excellent. Let's hear
And
it.
that's, to me, I think the future of camping furniture, I think, is nanobots. To have because this can start with the first self-assembling robots. Have you seen these little cubes? And like this robot will build up a flywheel and then stop the flywheel, and the force of the flywheel stopping will make it hop, and it can control it and position the flywheel. So you see it go, and it can climb on top of another block. So these blocks can like kind of magnetically self-assemble and hop around and put something together. And they're about 2 inches by 2 inches on each cube side, the little cubes. So if we shrink that down, we get these little cubes to self-assemble. They climb on each other. They make little stairways for each other to climb on.
That's awesome.
And you just shake out a pillowcase of them and then watch it turn into like a knight's throne that you have in the forest then.
I like that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And you can
nanobot.
just, like, command it to do stuff.
Yeah, but mostly furniture.
Mostly furniture.
Yeah, you can command it to become different kinds of furniture.
What if you, like, want to go on a hike, but you want to go on a really ridiculous hike? So you're like, hey, clown shoes.
Well, they're like Minecraft-looking clown shoes.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
It just turns into
As long as it's not 8-bit in real life, I'll be happy with it.
yeah, no,
Right.
16 whole bits. So do you got a nanobot?
A nano, man.
You know, when I say nanobots, we're talking about nanobots that go inside your body. Like,
I know they can be way
Cellular
smaller.
level,
I'm
yeah.
just.
but I like. Don't get me wrong. I like your building
My lawn
furniture
chair is
nanobot.
very
It's cool.
transitional. Eventually, it'll be like ones that could go in your body, but just the cheap ones, like the
Are you one
the
of
low
those-
budget ones, just turn into like this gooey beanbag chair thing.
Oh, those are cool. Are you one of those guys that when you go like hiking, or camping, that you like to bring everything with you instead of like play PlayStation inside the tent?
Oh, I have a huge habit of carrying around too much crap to stuff.
That's awesome.
Like taking things.
I went
places
camping recently
unnecessarily.
with a couple friends, and they had a PlayStation and a big screen TV inside their huge tent.
What?
They were playing video games out in the middle of the forest. I'm like, we get to do this at home, but it's kind of cool at the same time. You're in the middle of
Right.
the forest playing basketball, I guess.
Yeah.
MBK 2000. It's kind of ridiculous. I went fishing.
I think if I had nanobots, like, are these ones like I can like regenerate really fast?
Sure, yeah. They're inside your body. You can do whatever you want them to do.
All right.
What would you have them do?
I'd have them regenerate, and then I'd just go around like freaking people out and just like chop off my hand.
That's good. All right. I
It's
like
like,
that.
oh, what the fuck,
That's a
man?
good magic trick, actually.
Why'd I do it?
Right?
Why'd I do it? Don't commit me.
Seen that
It's
magic
just-
trick where the guy like drops his head like down to his chest?
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird. That's kind of cool.
I don't know.
You chop off your hand. Okay, so you're talking about like your nanobots that give you mutant powers. in a
Yeah.
way. That's cool.
But only the hand, and
But
only,
only the hand.
to freak people out. Like if they found out I
Scary.
was doing it for other reasons, which what other reason would there be?
To chop
I don't
off
know.
your hand. I don't know. That's a good question.
You know, if I get stuck in the mountains, and
You're
it's
giving away
pinned-
your hand
pinned
as a
between-
gift, like a wedding gift.
Yeah. Sure, I got you my
someone's
hand.
Getting married on Halloween. Be like, here you go.
No. They see your severed hand in the wedding gift package.
Mm-hmm.
Open up. First, they scream, of course.
Right.
But as they're screaming,
They
because the
notice.
this hand is they discover to be made of nanobots itself,
Right.
and then it like reforms into like this, like a shepherd's meat pie,
That's delicious.
and because it like the same protein structure, it synthesizes it. It like it just tastes delicious. There's like potatoes in it.
Right. Well, like the food becomes your body parts, as it's reassembled. Change.
You
that,
do have to forget that you were
Make it
just
the other
looking at a
way.
severed hand when you're like enjoying this delicious shepherd's pie.
That's when you distract them by chopping off your hand again.
This is a bright future, you guys. I don't think this
That's a good one.
qualifies as the future of like next year, this upcoming year.
No, at least 2 years. It's
Yeah,
at
I
least
think I
2
had a
years
couple
out.
on this one.
For those
It's
just
a
like,
cool way to deliver the ring on one of those chopped off hands.
right? It's just like walking down the aisle. Yeah. Like, what was that? That was Thing?
Yeah,
The Addams Family?
you can control your hand with your brain patterns.
Yeah.
like Bluetooth.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
Have just an army of hands.
There's a story about that actually by Clive Barker, I think.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where the hand is trying to separate itself from the body, and it does so, and then it separates the other hand, and then these two hands go on a rampage around the city, separating all the hands from all the bodies until there's a big
Oh,
army
what
of
the
hands
fuck?
running across the city.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's by Clive Barker. It's a great story.
I love it.
Oh, it's
I
it.
love severed hands, you guys.
Right?
It's so cool. I used to have such a huge fear of disembodied eyeballs.
I still think that's gross. Yeah.
I mean, gross is one thing, but like I used
Flying
to
around.
fear. Yeah, like I just toss in my bed to face the other wall, and all of a sudden there'd be like a giant eyeball just floating there.
Like the Beholder from Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't even know.
Oh, it's just like this big, scary flying eyeball thing. It's also in the movie Big Trouble in Little China.
If I remember correctly, yeah, totally like that. Just
Yeah.
staring and judging, lacking any limbs to actually do any damage, yet somehow so threatening.
Yeah, it's scary shit.
It's all there's
just
no
watching you.
eyelid either, so it's just looks really.
You know, it's getting ready to
intense.
report to your mom about everything you've been doing,
Yeah, it's gonna totally
or your girlfriend.
get me fired. This big eye gets me fired.
Right.
Stupid big eye.
I just got the job, big eye.
Talk about Big Brother, right?
Oh man.
I have to say thanks to the people that shouted out on Facebook that I needed to wiggle a cable a little bit. But hopefully, my secret sneaky thing that I have to share with you all behind the scenes is that made you check out the YouTube feed. Because the way the climate's looking, okay, I love you all on Facebook. Thanks so much. And we couldn't do it without you. And that's where things really built for us initially. But the momentum isn't traveling on Facebook like it does on YouTube in that, you know, there's less delay. There's just technically, just on a technical level, the YouTube stream is just actually better. So the more I can get you guys over there, I feel like you'll have a better experience. But I can't leave the Facebook folks behind, even if I gotta wiggle you sometimes. But I mean, I guess my point is, hey, is other people seeing the same trends in media? So we had a lot of pressure actually externally to broadcast the video somewhere other than just Facebook, and you know. So tell your friends. What I'm getting at is, hey, we're doing this. We're trying to learn and grow and evolve with you, and have you in on it, and give you at least one happy nugget to take. This is the NPR moment, right? Where I'm not. It's like telling you to buy merch offhand, but at least tell your friends that these people are trying to do this thing with this news. So this news that we're trying to do this thing with. We've got another one right here. Let's gobble another one down.
So, I asked you about this earlier, Woz, but have you seen Bandersnatch on Netflix? It's from the series Black Mirror.
Oh my god, I love that show.
Yeah, so they just came out
Bandersnatch.
with this. It's a movie, Bandersnatch, and it's kind of choose your own adventure.
No.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
I saw a Choose Your Own Adventure, but it was for the cat Puss in Boots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had a Puss in Boots Choose Your Own Adventure
In
by
Netflix?
Antonio Banderas. Yeah.
Like there's more than one choose your own
it was
adventure.
it was
they're
like a
doing?
kids Choose Your Own Adventure.
Still, that's
Oh, okay.
amazing. I
It
thought
was.
Bandersnatch was the only thing they were doing that
they
format
did that,
with.
something like that with
That's awesome.
Puss in Boots, yeah. And I thought it was great, but you know, it was the story was a little weak. It was a kids movie, so I was like, I got part way through it. And I was like, it could be better. So I'm excited about this Bandersnatch thing. I'm gonna go home and check that out tonight. Actually,
It's pretty legit. But you gotta like watch it actively, because like, you know, I was just watching it, and then before you know it, it's just like, oh, you gotta choose some shit, and it's like, the first one is not like, what do you like? Which cereal do you want for breakfast? You know, but you have like 30 seconds or something to choose, and then it goes to the default. But there's like 5.5 hours total footage.
I can't choose which cereal I want in the morning in 30 seconds.
Right. No, I know. That's why you gotta act fast, or something
Yeah.
bad could happen. It's Black Mirror. You don't know.
Whoa, I see what you're saying. So you got to be on top of it, like
Yeah.
Dragon Slayer.
But it's pretty gnarly. And then it's like fun after you watch it, just to like go back, because you don't have to rewatch the whole thing. Like I watched it through and did like 2 different endings, and I came back later.
Yeah.
And it takes you like towards the end of a movie where there's like a major decision point, so you don't have to like do the whole thing again. Mm-hmm. But because it's so long, people are trying to find out the best way to pirate a choose your own adventure movie, because it's not really practical.
I think that's the way of the future for media then.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I did not think about that level. See, I just got a little takeaway from my shirt pocket there. As a listener, I totally didn't realize what copyright protection the choose your own adventure kind of thing is. Because you've got to have like all the paths. You can't just... but I mean, what could be possibly like that as far as media that you don't have to act it like... I mean, video games can be pirated. So
Right.
in that way, choose your own adventures can inevitably be pirated. In some
Absolutely,
way.
anything can be pirated.
man,
you just gotta.
You'd have to have that
the programming
player though.
down.
Yeah.
You would have to somehow go through Netflix's user interface, and that's the sneaky part.
Yeah. So until there's like a pirated version of that.
Netflix emulator.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. Emulator. It's a Netflix emulator. Some of those games, man. emulated
TM,
games are
you
awesome.
guys.
So then someone just released like the default timeline, or like the default playthrough, or if you don't make any decisions, it defaults to a choice.
It does?
Yeah.
Really? And
Yeah.
does it default the same choice every
I
time?
could have just
I don't
enjoyed
know.
a show.
It's interesting.
I worked so hard.
So I should
I
play
burned
it
so many
through
calories.
the first 2 times by itself and see what happens.
Yeah.
I could have just enjoyed some show. I didn't have to click on nothing.
Right?
No, and then like a warning for anyone who hasn't seen it, not like spoilers, but just like those old choose your own adventure books as a kid, you know, where you like get 5 pages in, and then it's like go to page 120, and it's like you die. That happens in the movie too. There's dead ends right away.
I always died in all the books.
Yeah.
I did the same dead end twice because I wasn't paying attention. And the
awesome.
first time it gives you like this recap, and I'm like, oh no, I've seen all this. I done bad. I'm Groundhog Day in it. But what's weird, okay, maybe this is a spoiler that I just haven't gotten to be spoiled yet by. But when you make the wrong decision and it like Groundhog Days it to you, one of the characters acted kind of aware of this having been like a retake. Like you say something as if you knew other dude was gonna say it.
Yeah.
So that's heavy.
Yeah, that's totally a layer in the movie where like characters will act different on the replays too. There'll be like slightly different dialogue and stuff like that. So
Interesting.
it's worth it to go like exploring. And the movie's like really meta because that's what the movie's about is like choose your own adventure. While you're doing that.
I wasn't expecting that extra element. It made me take the whole experience more seriously.
Yeah, but the movie like definitely involves you in it. Like at a certain point, you're like, oh shit.
You're like a PC playing character or something.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say you're
yeah.
totally like a personal computer. You feel like
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. But Bandersnatch, watch it. Watch all of them.
Hey.
I think I want my planet to be furry.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
Barry comes with it.
I'm just
The
thinking
furred
that
planet.
I think I want it to be kind of like a chillax, kickback planet where everything's furry and
I love
comfy,
it.
you know,
Yeah,
like a big
that's
furry
awesome.
beanbag cherry planet.
I'm
Hell
so
yeah.
stupid excited about that idea because it's out of the box. It's not just some silly gem, but man, is that luxurious.
Right,
Right?
luxury planet, man.
Luxury planet.
You know,
those rivers of rosé and furry planet.
I think for sure we could have a couple of those rivers of rosé for sure.
Yeah, not every body of water has
We
to
got
be
Champagne
rosé.
River
I
and
know.
rosé over here. We have
You're
Sangria
right.
River over here.
Sangria
I definitely
is
want it to be
cool,
like a
too.
luxury planet. You know, you come and you're enjoying it and you just like chill, take your shoes off, relax.
Yeah, no stress, man. The no
You get a
stress
goblet.
planet.
Everyone just gives you. Everyone gets a
Right.
goblet.
Yeah, goblets just like grow on trees, man.
Yeah, there's no seasons. It's like the same temperature year round. It's just perfect all the time.
Is there what is that living wage?
The living wage? No,
Basic universal income. No, you don't got to worry about it.
Well, yeah, you just imagine like everybody in the universe gets a paycheck, and then you get like one day a year you can come
Yeah,
chill out on
Furry
luxury planet.
totally has basic universal
Unless you
income.
want to get a job working there serving people, and you can hang out for like half the days,
I just want to pet the ground.
right? With your feet.
Yeah, and my hands.
Yeah.
Let's roll around on it. That
Yeah.
sounds like the planet to be.
Ironically enough, though, there's no drugs allowed on this planet for some reason. It's really weird.
Oh man,
Yeah, we're fighting about it, but
not as fun.
not as fun. They want it to be like high in life kind of thing. So
I think it kind of
except
depends.
for the alcohol rivers, of course.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
have you motherfuckers ever lived?
some
on life.
people don't use the word drug when referring to medications, even though obviously
I
the
don't
technical
agree with
term
that.
of people that sell medications.
I don't agree with that.
I think that gets confusing. I think just call it all drugs. Call sunshine a drug. Just be honest with ourselves.
I like that.
But on this planet, there's going to be some lawyering. There's going to be some, hey, look at this.
It's in litigation.
It grew here. This is just a growing drug. This isn't something I formulated out of some battery in a 2-liter bottle with some Windex or whatever. Not that I'm giving you some formula. That's not a thing at all. That's
Yeah, sure.
just a really clean battery. But
Sure, pal.
hey, you got these bushes over here. You got the little 5-finger bushes. And hey, you don't want to regulate my little 5-finger bush with its little nug blossoms, little nugget flowers.
There's no clouds in the sky. In fact, the whole sky is one big TV show, one big screen.
One
Nice.
big screen does it play the same movie, or they're like sections?
Well, yeah, different sections, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like picture in picture in picture.
You seen those TVs where like two people wear 2 pair of goggles, and on the same TV it plays 2 different shows? Yes. I saw this at CES last year. It was amazing.
Oh man.
Just from like sitting
We're
at
getting,
different
in
angles.
fact, I'm getting ready to go to CES this next week.
Yeah, how are you
Can't let
getting into
go.
this one?
Huh? Oh, I'm working it actually. So
I worked
I'll-
last year as a camera dude. What are you doing this year?
I'm working the same company, Wireless Dealer Magazine, and we
Sweet.
go down there and we look for products to put in the magazine and pick up on companies to advertise. And so I'll be down there if you want to come down and visit.
Yeah, holla if you need a hand. I usually end up down there with one person or another. I might snag a pass from one person.
I'll contact you.
It's
for
hit or
sure.
miss. Hit or miss this year.
Yeah.
Sick coverage last year, though. I'd like to point you at our coverage of last year's CES on this talk show. You look for the CES on greasyconversation.com. There's like excuse me, robot exotic dancers as the promo graphic. And we talked about some crazy CES stuff from last year. Can compare it. So, hey, before we get too deeper, while we start stewing the juice on the next segment we have for you, we have another chunk of. It starts with a C.
More like a mini chunk.
Yeah, we got before the next mini chug. I've got to shout out. Hey, this is someone that we always. I don't think we've had a single episode without mentioning this sponsor manually, because they're an OG and they stuck with us through the high and tight times, and through the low and loose times, and I'm full of it right now and all excited about it. This is Zip Fizz. Oh, we got a new one. This is a new one about them.
When the weight of the world is on your back and your head is caving in, life has no meaning, you've gone off track, you feel like sleeping in. There's a nectar from the gods that you left undiscovered. Just mix it with water, you will see, as if this is your destiny. Your destiny.
Damn it, you guys. Damn it. I broke my own damn rule. Gosh darny damn it. I love Zip Fizz to death, but there's not supposed to be any music on the show.
Oh,
No, I
Does that count in a jingle?
we ruined it. We ruined the show. It's over now. We're getting canceled now. We ruined our format forever. No, I'm just kidding. That was for you. I'm happy you love that.
Was that the first time?
No, that's actually been a commercial for a minute. It's just new to this show. And I forgot which Zip Fizz commercial it was because there's been some great ones.
No, I mean, is that the first time you played music on the show?
No, but
Okay, well then.
yes,
Third time's a
totally.
charm.
No, the other ones didn't happen. That's a farce. That's false history. But for reals, I have to point out that like Zip Fizz is relatively way less crashy and healthier than most energy things, and there's some major benefits it has over other energy kind of situations as far as how it energies you up. That I don't feel like you got that from just hearing that it's your destiny, but that fact remains true that it might still and also should be your destiny.
Yeah.
So, just to echo that main point. But these folks, dude, this is one we always, I don't know, maybe it's because it gives me a chance to say a swear word and another language, but this is a sponsor we've always manually brought up every episode that we now have an ad to play for. Get ready. Join us. This is a really good one.
That's the sound most people make when they leave Pinches Tacos. Why is that? Because Pinches Tacos prides themselves in making every location unique, but give every location the same feel. I'm not talking cookie cutters like those big chain restaurants. They blend into your neighborhood and create a place you want to call your second home. Their doors are always open. Well, at least until 11 o'clock. Their mission is simple. They provide you the best taco experience. By using high-quality meats and seafood, fresh garden vegetables, handmade tortillas, and high-quality artisan breads. They could have made it complicated, but they chose not to. Why? Because they found through experience that keeping things simple is a good recipe for success and happiness. It's also a good recipe for a pretty tasty pinches taco.
According to Spanish language Stack Exchange, we always use it as an insult enhancer and can turn almost any curse word into a really rude one. Pinche pendejo, pendeja equals asshole.
Now they have 6 locations, 2 right here in Las Vegas. Come in, find out why we love them so much. Check them out on Facebook or visit the website, pinchestacos.com, for a location nearest you.
Or Container Park. Also Container Park.
3 locations.
I mean, if the Container Park one is the worst one, it's still amazing. So that's the thing. It's like you can't. It's like something that every example of it's awesome. So even the worst one is better than anything else. I don't know where I was going with that. I just really distracted. My hair's so slanty this year. It's just like, I don't think the forehead's changing size, but the hair's just slanting back. It's something
you're
else.
Still very handsome, man. Don't worry about it. So
Thanks,
much.
man.
You got to go on. You're
That
all right.
means a lot coming from such a handily handsome gentleman as yourself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, you guys. We're doing it. We're joining one another. And all kinds of magic Radioland wonder mystery.
We're traveling
Behold.
into another dimension.
Gonna get all up in some... Wait, one more dimension. Okay, get ready.
Go for it.
Behold. Wonder Mystery Season 3 Adventure Journey. We are right at the tip top. We're at the beginning of the middle of Season 3. Like, this is the crest of the peak of Season 3 right now. We're at the apex.
I love it.
The apex. of
Yeah,
season
Damon,
3.
you're apexing it with us. We're apexing so hard.
I appreciate you guys inviting me to Apex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's do another 10 sets.
tell your freaking buddies, tell your home dogs that RadioVegas.rocks is the thing to mention anytime they go to any restaurant.
What's that again?
RadioVegas.rocks.
RadioVegas.rocks.
It's the station we're doing this on right now.
Is that with an X? R-O-
No.
R-O-C-K-S?
You try that and see it. Google, reach out the screen, slap you good. Spelling it with an X.
I
What
play
a weird-
Scrabble too much. I'm sorry.
Oh man, that's Scrabble is not that metal.
No, there's more words with friends. You're right.
Yeah. You know, somehow I got a Words with Friends board, like a
Uh-huh.
Scrabble board in physical reality.
No, you don't.
Words with Friends
That's
branded.
awesome.
How sacrilegious is that as
I
a
love
concept?
it. No, I love it. I love it.
Like you're gonna get up in here with us too after already.
No, there's no more scrambling. I'll play Words with Friends. It's
We're
great.
gonna sit down at a table and put tiles on a board called Words with Friends.
it's ironic. I think
Yeah.
there's some irony there for sure.
It's emotionally complicated as an object. It just sits there making.
And then
me
you
feel,
can play Scrabble on your telephone.
Do I feel bad about that? Yeah. But that's like that Hasbro branding. We're just gonna step right around Hasbro over
It's
here.
just interesting to see like games develop, one way and then wag the dog the other way.
Yeah, it's a rip off of Scrabble. It's just weird like that. It feels weird.
So
You
it
guys,
just went like full circle, and we're like, we're really gonna rip you off now.
yeah, all the way. Behold, now we've got another intimate moment. It's like airplanes.
All right, how would you guys feel about this? Because there's a bill in Washington that would make it legal to turn corpses into compost.
Finally,
I'm for it.
Yeah, man.
what monster doesn't want to eat food grown in the remains of a loved one? What hideous.
On that topic,
I'm kinda jumping a
My
couple
father was
steps there.
cremated, and I used some of his ashes in one of my grows.
Badass. Did you?
Oh, really?
Yeah, why not?
Could you feel his attitude? Like, did you yell at anyone for your lawn or anything when you smoked it?
I'm not really sure, but I think it helped in the process of mourning.
Hey,
Something positive I thought I was doing to try to,
Did he did
Throw
like
him back out into
part
the
of his
universe.
part of his name get thrown in the strain? Did it get some twist on it?
No, but we're working on that idea. I still have a lot of ashes left.
That's better than just eating them, because
I heard
hard
someone
to choke 'em
snorting
down.
some ashes. They mixed it up with some cocaine
I
and
feel
snorted
like-
their dead father with some cocaine.
Of all the shit
That's weird.
Yeah.
that in world, of all the shit to be allergic to, that I happen to be allergic to, I'd be massively amazed if I was not allergic to ashes, like snorting ashes.
Oh my god, that's funny.
To do that and not have some kind of like anaphylactic shock.
Right,
is
I'm
just,
sorry
like,
I can't
it's
do that. I'm
amazing.
allergic to people.
Yeah, I'm allergic to human remains.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oops, sorry, can't join you for that party.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a crazy story about a guy who dug up a skeleton to get the leather jacket off of it, and he decided just to take the skeleton home to his living room, because he thought it was punk rock.
That's how you get ants, though, for reals.
Oh damn.
You think
Good
food
sound.
lying around, you've got this corpse? That's like, bugs love that. You can have every bug.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
just something you show off to your friends for a week.
Oh, man. In the room you don't do stuff in. This is our...
Yeah.
We don't do stuff in this room anymore since the bugs. The bugs, they live here now. This is the bug room. The start is the skeleton room, which, how much is... When it's a skeleton from a person, you're not talking like a good, bleached in the sun, these are bones skeleton. There's gonna be Klingons. There's
Yeah.
gonna be like some cheese on the bread still. Bugs all over it, all on some...
Yeah.
There's gonna be some shavings.
There's going to be all sorts of
It's gonna be some
all
cartilage.
sorts of bugs from different levels, bacteria, worms,
Seriously,
all the way up
you
to
guys,
beetles and ants.
you
for
guys
sure.
show me a human skeleton that you didn't get. You got all duggen up style, and I'll show you a lot of infestation.
All right.
Right.
Oh man, sounds like a challenge to me.
We taught you one thing today.
Show you a guy who needs therapy.
Well, there's already like services that you can like pay to get cremated and like used to plant trees and shit, and then there you can get cremated and like used to help grow coral and
Oh, that's
stuff
cool.
like that. Yeah,
That's cool.
so there's stuff like
For
that. Better
donating
than-
your organs, you can donate your remains.
Yeah,
I think that's the way of the future, man.
Dude.
They're
Why not?
recycling now.
because like why the fuck do we bury people? Like it's just tradition at this point, right? It's just like a ritual
The
we've done
reason
for.
people did it was because of health reasons. You had to
Yeah,
keep
back
people
in the day.
underground. But now it's gotten to the point where we're running out of room, so it doesn't really make
Right.
sense to keep doing it.
Yeah, just like wasting room.
Yeah.
Like wasting large tracts of land to like bury people.
Yeah.
Mycelium. So, you take your loved ones, not ashes. You don't want ashes at this point because, I mean, you've really done a lot of deconstruction and changed molecules into other molecules due to fire. It's not, there's not a lot of organization there. You just take a good corpse, This is not something you do in the house, but you use it as a substrate for mycelium. You get some cubensis growing on there, you get some psilocybin mushrooms
Oh,
growing
man.
on your relative.
All right.
And then you imagine that amazing fungus, what it would pull out of the essence of that person. At the very least, having a hallucinogenic trip on a mushroom that grew on a dead loved one, the very least you're going to get their immunities. You're totally going to get their powers somehow. But imagine even
It's not a good conversation.
yeah. Because even placebo wise, you're going to have elements of them in your trip. You're at least going to hallucinate that they're somehow back alive through this mushroom and giving you spirit guidance from the beyond. You're if you think that's happening and you get some spirit guidance, hey, any spirit guidance in a storm, that doesn't have to matter if it came from your self-conscious as a pure hallucination or if it actually came from the cosmos through your undead relative. Either way, it's a win either way.
Yeah, same difference.
You're setting yourself up for success either way you go about that.
There were people that started doing like natural burials where they like just forego the casket and they just use like some kind of just biodegradable like covering like fabric type thing and
The
then just, like-
location though. What that's so much biomass to rot somewhere. It's hard to find a spot.
yeah.
It's one of those location
Just do it. Just do it out in the.
That's why I'm for cremation.
Yeah, I'm on the cremation train.
My family's been a lot of cremating in my family.
Yeah.
There's a cremation tradition for sure. And not even people that died. Just everyone just loves just cremate things.
Just like one member of the family every year.
Can we have your liver
someone's
then?
got to go.
Right.
Who's gonna sacrifice?
Time to draw straws.
Don't sacrifice to anything specifically. It's just a sacrifice, guys. You don't have to have a reason. Just too many of
Yeah.
us.
Don't you guys ever just like to sacrifice things? You know? Just make one up. Just one of those God things. Just make one up real quick.
You know, when I was a kid, I did that with ants. Yeah.
Sacrifice them.
And now I
just
think
wanted to
about it
get
now, though,
rid
as
of
an
them.
adult, I'm like, that's kind of messed up. You know, just killing living creatures for no reason but entertainment value.
Okay. Sometimes it's not entertainment. It's territory. It's
Sure.
being a homeowner. Now, in my young days,
That's one thing. You know, but we were talking about being a kid. You're just playing outside. There's no home ownership in that situation.
well, I think there's this blurry line that I'm getting to, where I was a young buck living with just my mom at this time, and I mean like grade school young, and this ant continent had like blossomed underneath our house over the course of years. Earthquakes, this is in California, had like made the foundation get this crack. So there's this crack that went through the whole bottom of the house, because of course it's on a slab of cement like you do a garage on the East Coast. That's what we call the houses over here. They're like pole barns over there. And so this ant colony could just come in wherever they wanted, and there would be these freeways of ants
On your living room floor and whatnot?
about like half a foot wide.
Wow.
Well, like they'd go up one wall and then like along the edge of the ceiling around the whole living room to somewhere else they needed to get. I don't know. They had
amazing.
infrastructure. So I mean, it was the little tiny kind of ants. And yet they would still just be able to fit
8-lane
together.
highway going both ways.
Oh no, this was like 50, 60 lanes.
Wow.
Because I mean, these are
Unbelievable.
little tiny ants, the
Wow.
smallest kind of little household ant.
I got
And
you.
for them to even fit on this pathway, they had to be a good 6 inches wide of just black crawling.
Wow,
So-
that's amazing.
I discovered this old movie light back in the days of like the home movie cameras. You'd have to like wind them up and you'd get like a maybe 15, 17 seconds as the spring unwound of no audio film camera taken. I don't know if it's high 8 or something. No, high 8's way newer. I don't remember what kind of film it is. 30 something millimeter, whatever. It's not that millimeter film with the millimeters. So there's this old light. This had to be like maybe early 70s, maybe late 60s. But it was like for home use, but hilariously dangerous. It had this bulb in it that I can't even describe the crazy. It's like the filament was all looked like a pig's wiener. It was all
Have
crazy.
like a home projector?
It looked like a duck. You know, ducks have crazy curly wieners. That just like there's so much wiener.
No.
Little
there.
corkscrews.
Actually,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I knew that pigs, though.
So that's how this bulb was on this thing. You plug it in, and all the
Wow.
rest of the lights in your house dim.
Wow.
And it was only about this big. You couldn't touch the light except from the handle, and there's all kinds of warnings about that.
Right, it's really
You
high.
couldn't set it down and start all kinds of fires. You couldn't aim it within like a foot or two of anything. So I would just like you could put your hand like 2-3 feet away from it and get all sweaty and like blistery and stuff from this stupid bulb. So I took this along the ant hallway, and I'll never forget the smell of
Oh,
that
God.
many deaths all at once.
You're like lasering these lights.
I'd like to think that it's like a hive entity, and
Yeah.
their individual consciousnesses are really part of, like, say,
like cells, individual
killing.
cells.
Like I took an arm or a leg off of this hive entity with this,
Right.
rather than like millions of individual deaths. But it's haunting just seeing like a wave of them just like shrivel behind this like video light. Just went across like this 25-foot living room.
That sounds pretty entertaining, actually.
It was.
I would have watched that.
It was emotionally complicated.
Yeah, I bet.
One of the emotions was entertainment, though.
For sure. For sure. I speak these little prayers when I'm killing like
Oh,
bugs in my
God.
house. Like reincarnate quickly, my friend.
No, that's great. Hey, best wishes, nice try.
Right.
Get off my lawn.
Well,
Get out
you know,
of my
like
land.
I'm not a big fan of mosquitoes, so I reincarnate those guys all the time.
That's a gnarly one.
Yeah.
That's one that's hard to,
Well, they're
give
like
a
hell
lot of-
spawns, so it's okay.
Yeah, and flies. Flies.
Yeah, those.
Flies are part of some kind of life cycle that mosquitoes seem like their life cycle is much more selfish. I don't see what good mosquitoes do that's
Any
not just.
blood-sucking creature
mosquito
basically
kind?
should be reincarnated.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What if one mosquito though gets reincarnated as two mosquitoes? You don't know.
That is so funny. That might be the funniest thing I've heard all year, to be honest.
Yeah.
I never thought about the idea of like being split like into twins.
I mean, have you ever met someone
Is that
that's
a
just
thing?
so sure they met you already when they haven't?
I have
And
that
then they
feeling
show you
still.
a picture and it's like, oh, dude, that guy looks like me too. And he's like, yeah, he totally blah, 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 this thing you thought only you did. Like, whoa, it's my twin.
It's wild.
But also that person's like French, so it's like French twin. It's like you. It's so weird because they have this accent, but otherwise they're into the same stuff and look like you.
I've found that most occurrences of deja vu is because I was really drunk before and don't remember the situation.
You just project on that, yeah. It's just projection. Like, no, really, I'm not that into that. No, you're just like me. You're totally.
live vicariously through me now.
Right. Oh man.
That's like a lot of relationships. Are like, how many people that I've fantasized about existing in real life can I pretend that you are against either of us knowing? No, there's a freshy water. Yeah, one of those fridges has some fresh water for you. That's water that's of dubious origin. You guys, it's that time we're unlocking the vault of mystery wonders. Ooh, man, that's a complicated vault to unlock.
Those are cool.
Thanks. Do you want to? Hey, have another one. It's like a box of chocolates we pass around.
I love it.
We've got a new camera angle today. I'm gonna let the viewers witness our button. No,
The
no,
hot box is the brainchild. The hot box.
no!
is
It's
the hot.
no. Okay, try
Oh,
again.
sorry about that.
Not those. It's these 3 rows. I've done no effort to make this easy for you at all. But yeah, these 3 rows. Oh no, we've done that too much. New one. Yeah, that's the spot. Get ready. And behold. Yeah. I want to do like some kind of whisper in a world situation with more of them. Because that's really nice in the headphones too. But, you know, on the spot, you're just like, in a world where gasoline is.
In a world
only
where
$1
gasoline
again.
is back to 57 cents
Like dreams.
and ISIS is just a flower.
They bring back the Hummer. ISIS is just a flower.
And ISIS is just a flower.
And an Egyptian thing. That Egyptian dude.
I love Egyptian everything.
Oh, man. I really want to get on an Egypt rant, but we're going to have some private talk about all kinds of Egyptian magic.
Yeah, you know, before we get into like an Egyptian segment, we should have like a big talk about all sorts of things before we get on the radio for sure.
I'm always thinking, though, about how when we grew up, we were taught that they like just sucked at drawing or something, drawing people with like 2 left hands and 2 right hands. But little fun nugget to start some of you on the rabbit hole. That's something that they did to like represent people's jobs and their personalities. Like someone that had a more feminine profession, like their, I can't remember if it's hands or feet, but they'd have 2 lefts. Or like a woman in position of power would have like 2 right hands or something like that. So it was more about like a masculine and feminine balance of them both important, but having different roles and responsibilities and being like part of the balance in between one person separate from just their gender. So another interesting thing with that, corresponding to that, is they discovered that hairdressers and interior designers in Egypt would be like, they'd be very commonly, it was like a common stereotype for them, which is weird. That's a stereotype today, just like naturally. It'll be a man, but with like, I can't remember if it was 2 left hands or 2 left feet. But so it'd be like an effeminate man would love the same thing that tends to gravitate towards today, particularly the old cliches of hairdresser and interior designer.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I saw this really cool video recently about the pyramids being electricity generators.
Yeah, the glowy time.
And the ankh that you wear was your receptor for energy.
I
Like,
didn't hear it taken that far. I heard it just like you get a lot of static electricity ionizing the air around the pyramid. and
like,
helping it glow. Because that's plausible when you get enough of.
There's enough electricity flowing through the air, and then the ankh would actually
Because-
pick up the electricity and brighten whatever lights you were wearing, like LED lights. Like this whole video made it look like Egyptians were all like wearing light toys in a rave.
I love that. I
all
want
like
to believe
color
that
raving.
a lot, but that seems like a step beyond plausible. But the water retreating to cause a electrical potential imbalance has been tested, and that could happen. And when you
Yeah, for
have
sure.
a large voltage, even if the current is relatively low, because voltage times amps is the actual power. So it
Yeah.
doesn't take that much power to have a large voltage if the current's relatively less.
Right.
Kind of static electricity is like that. It's a big visible spark and it hurts a little bit, but it doesn't kill you or anything because the current available to pass is barely anything. But it's actually a very high voltage.
Yeah,
It's like hundreds or
Tesla was
thousands of
working on
volts.
something very similar, just wireless electricity.
But the way he did it, there's resonant coils. And that's something that Facebook actually has a patent for, of all pivots, of a pole. Oh, no, you know what? I think this might actually be a Disney Imagineering thing. One of those two. Man, that's messed up. Those previous, we're touching on some stuff we've talked about in some previous episodes if you guys want to flashback over there. But it's this pole in the middle of the room. It helps the whole room have be part of this like toroidal coil. And if the ratio of windings is in proportion, then you have the coil resonate sympathetically. But instead of a vibration resonance like you have with like a tuning coil and like a resonant body, or an acoustic guitar is a perfect example, it has resonances that amplify certain notes. So you get this resonant emphasis magnetically, and that's how you get the electricity through it. And like electric toothbrushes and wireless charging pads, it just doesn't go over a very good distance. But some say that it's like a tuning issue, it's an accuracy issue. So with greater accuracy of the tuning, relatively, we can get better distance. But man, I don't know, we can tune stuff to the point where we're landing on crap a billion miles away.
Yeah, it's
so
pretty impressive.
I'm surprised if it takes only that.
Yeah, we have to plan like
Wireless power is a
10
pain in
years
the
ahead
ass.
of time
Yeah.
to land like a ship a billion miles away. Yeah.
Wireless power is, from an electrical engineering background standpoint, way harder than people like really. Like what Tesla did to get even prototypical fields, like way out in the desert, Arizona coil to light a handful of light bulbs. It's like he was working on massive scales to make it work at all.
Yeah.
So even doing that on a mat to charge a cell phone slowly is revolutionary with how hard that is
I think
to
that
do.
is revolutionary. It's amazing.
But when we get it to where we can step into a room and charge our phone, it's not going to be with easy off-the-shelf stuff we already have to do it with, for sure. There's no, like, nothing someone's sitting on that's like, we're right there, man. If they got this. No, it's fucking...
I'll probably see my nanobots
Disney
first.
and Facebook are working on it. It's not easy. Not that Facebook is, like, hopping on a bunch of difficult bandwagons. Anyway, hold on. That's the moving on whistle. Oh, wait. Hey, we're at that last quarter. Let's have another little taste of some neat stuff. Hey, this is cool. I haven't heard this commercial yet. Hey, you need some office space? We've totally got the business office for the radio station at this cool place. And I love going there and drinking the coffee. And it's really like a high class, impress your clients place to get a virtual office or work like a single room office where you get a receptionist and a meeting room. Everything's brand new. It's right around the corner. Check this out.
All of our clients, small or large, have two things in common. Firstly, a need for a convenient and professional place to work. And secondly, they don't want to have to pay for empty space or space they don't use. Our offices help you to establish startup, project, sales, and branch offices. You can set up a new workspace in an instant and match space to the growth of the company, allowing you to focus on your core business without the distraction of running an office. You may need an office for a few hours, a few days, several months, or even years. With over 1,200 of the best locations around the world, Regis offers you the flexibility to work where you like and how you like. You can choose offices for one person or a whole department, as well as open plan and co-working environments. When you rent an office through us, you get high-speed internet access, local area networks, and plug-and-play connectivity. And best of all is that we can get you into some of the best business addresses around the world. We're aware there are hundreds of millions of customers out there, and Regis aims to set you free to work where the revenue is. We're a global force leading the change in workspace solutions. So tap into our infrastructure and streamline the way your business uses office space.
Do it. Streamline it. Streamline
What
that
game?
office space game. I've looked
that game.
for virtual offices
Great
before.
game.
It's a pain in the butt. There's a lot of ghetto crap. So that's... Excuse me. A diamond in the rough on that. We were super lucky to find him. So, hey, one more. Check it out.
Hey, Danny Wild from Steppenwolf here, man.
Whoa.
You got to check out the new rock venue inside of the Rio Hotel and Casino. 172, great place. Premier rock venue with a little bit of class. It's located on the second floor in the Masquerade Mall. They got killer food like sushi, tapas, and some awesome craft beers. Try the peanut butter stout. It's really good. I had about 80 of them. Check out these upcoming shows, man. December 19th, Saving Abel with Black Oxygen and my buddy's Wicked Garden. December 20th, Magic Sword. December 30th, Hookers and Blow featuring Dizzy Reed from GNR and Alex Grossi of Quiet Riot. Great band. They've been around for a long time. Go see them. It was a lot of fun. January 11th, The Dickies with Monster Zero and Crimson Riot. January 12th, The Melvins. Check out all the shows on Ticketmaster.com or call 702-513-3356. Rock and roll, the touch of class. That's 172 inside of the Rio. See you
Yeah,
there.
January 12th, the Melvins inside the Rio, 172. That's cool. Hey, 172 inside the Rio. Check out the Melvins on the 12th. That's the takeaway there. Bonus sponsor. Okay. Now, the droning of the distant airplanes. And then the horn. The sizzling horn of... you know what? Call of Duty. I bet you that's from Call of Duty. Not that I'm telling someone to sue us about it. Because fair use, y'alls. But
Right.
anyway. So
All right.
we're in the last quarter. This is the juice hour. We go double fury.
Double
This-
fury.
Yeah, I'm not defining that as any specific difference in how we
Round
operate.
4.
We're just aware of double fury.
So this is some pretty cool news, and then I'll go to some fucked up news. We just gotta get some fucked up news out of the way.
Yeah, you get the little pet and the slap, then you get
Yeah,
the little pet
and
again.
then back to pet,
Little
yeah.
slap, yeah, pet, back and forth,
Little
little
slap,
pet, little
tickle.
slap, little pet, little
But
slap.
they've been using, they being scientists, the royal they,
Important to know.
have been using AI neural networks to turn brain activity, to like record brain activity and then turn that to audio output. Like words that people think.
No.
Is there a feedback loop occurring within people where they're starting to hear what sounds happen with what thoughts until they can actually form it into? Because the brain you can like manually see through like a body part. If an image is placed on, say, something where the law of nerve ending was like the tongue, with a device that's like a pixel matrix of just like pokies. And so if an image is placed on a blind person's tongue that way, it's just like they can make out shapes at that resolution.
Yeah,
but
their
it's
brain
trained.
kind of like
Really?
adapts.
Yeah. At first, it just feels like a pattern of bumpies or whatever. But then, if you look at enough stuff like that, you
Right.
recognize the shapes, and then you start to see it as a sight. You start to picture a visualization. It like attaches to your visual cortex after a while. So I'm wondering if this is something that has a similar kind of like learned ability to manipulate it.
I don't know. It didn't really get into that. This was kind of like a brief article talking about it. But basically, they just had people either read aloud or listen to specific words. And I guess they did that to like train these neural networks, like what brain wave patterns relate to what words or however they're reading them.
Man, fMRI, right? Is this something that uses that functional MRI? Because that's the MRI that happens in real time. And there's some crazy breakthroughs going on, scanning the brain while it's thinking about stuff.
I don't know. I'll have to dig in deeper to like maybe an actual paper about it because it doesn't really get into that, how it did it. This was just kind of like, hey, this is cool. That's one of those articles.
I'm
But,
just like virtue signaling on my like, oh, I'm gonna drop a medical term, fMRI, you guys. Wow, I'm fancy with my
Right.
fancy
No.
words. Hey, on that note,
No, I mean, then like, oh, that's gonna be, man. Imagine though if you had like some just like little brain hat, that you just wore, and then like It just like transmits to speakers like what you're thinking all the time. Man, it'd be fucked.
Oh man.
Everyone would be fucked.
I mean,
I would be especially.
That reminds me of William Osment on YouTube. Don't worry about spelling it right, because when I tell you this video, you're going to be able to Google it really well. So he made like his dad's car, mind control car. Kinda. He took this toy that has like an open source libraries to where you can use this brain helmet thing to control different things in code. So he figured out how to make it just on just a simple parameter of whether you're like focusing or not. It just can tell if you're like in a focused state or an unfocused state, and use that to control an air piston. And the air piston was only either all the way pistoned or all the way in, and put that on the gas pedal of his dad's Honda. So he'd get in there with his friend and steer and be like, okay, concentrate. And then they all of a sudden peel out and like donut around. And like, oh no, don't concentrate, unconcentrate. And then you'd like ungo with but like don't panic because that's concentration.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's a freaking hysterical video.
That's wild. I'll check that out.
Dude, you like emerald essences away a minute, huh? You smelled like weed when you came, and I loved it because it smelled like good weed. Was nearby you.
Would you like to say?
I'm not saying that you specifically reeked. It could have just been a psycho in my mind, like association, just seeing you and thinking of dank, wonderful things.
That's possible. I mean,
yeah, man.
I did walk by someone who may have been smoking last week.
So, no, we're gonna totally roll around in a pile of that after this. I don't, as a general thing, just so I can be snob. Yeah, nug hour, but I don't vape it up. I don't weed it down more than like maybe 3 hours before less than 3 hours before the show, unless Mario Zapata's on the show.
I think that's a good idea, honestly.
Yeah, because I've just had less valuable listener experiences on the repeat to when I've just had maybe like half to one, like 0.5 to 1.5 beers,
right,
and some hangover Joes in the middle of it.
Well, if you're going to be doing a talk show, you got to have something to say. That helps.
You know, or sometimes too many things to say that you haven't said any of them all of the way is a substitution.
You could be too far the other way as well. You know, too many Adderalls or something.
Interrupting myself and shit. Yeah. No, so I'm not currently in a very nuggetable state, and I'm not super nuggeted, but I do highly encourage it. Again, Emerald Essence. You can Google them up. But also this guy over here, we're going to fucking roll around in his in a minute.
Emerald Essence.
Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, I just did the whistle again. I meant to do this fella. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's the fucked up news sound.
That sounds like the beginning of Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Hey, it's our own Thriller today, you guys. Get ready to be thrilled.
Yeah, so this...
We're in the home stretch. These are the last takeaways. Sorry.
This can be the guess where this happened too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I saw a location in here.
Oh man, I knew, and I always forget the location, so it's a legit challenge for me.
All right, so, and this was the last minute one I added too.
Guess the location, everybody.
So this woman who's been in a vegetative state for 10 years reportedly gave birth last month. So that means that someone who works where she is taken care of raped her vegetative self, and
oh my,
that's fucked up, right?
Did she have to carry and birth the baby while still vegetative, or did she wake up to being pregnant?
No, I think she just like I don't know.
They probably just had to take the baby.
I think her body was like
and
reacting, but she wasn't like responsive or anything.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's your fucked up news for the new year. Chew on that.
That's all I gotta say is wow.
I know, right?
They do a movie about that, like Kill Bill.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I'm not gonna say like happens a lot, but it does happen. Like that's the thing that
you'd be
fucking happens
surprised
in that
how
industry.
common these sexual abuses are happening.
Yeah.
As I get older and more people confide in me, I find that it's actually more common than less common. People are abused at some point in their life. And
Tragically.
I have a hard
Which
time
doesn't
understanding
make it
that.
okay.
It
which
does
doesn't
not
mean-
make it okay.
Which doesn't mean that you can go out there and contribute to the punch bowl out there. You abusey thought people. You know, it means that like, hey,
Get some help, get some therapy.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
Right. So where did this happen?
oh man, what do you think, man?
I'm gonna say inside of a hospital.
It wasn't. Ooh, good. Okay.
What state?
It wasn't in Arizona, and it wasn't in Florida, and it wasn't in New Jersey. Was it in Omaha, Nebraska?
Nah, you sure about those first three?
No way. Was it another Arizona?
Yeah, dog.
Whoa!
Arizona.
It's always Arizona.
Arizona's the
Arizona.
new Florida.
It's always Arizona or Florida.
There's always that Florida man scheme.
Yeah.
But in Arizona, it's
Arizona. Something about Arizona's just real rapey.
Just like weird
That's-
shit happens in Arizona and
Yeah,
Florida
I don't
all
want
the
to take
time.
it that far.
Or maybe it's just like that's where it's just like a self-fulfilling prophecy now, where everyone's like, oh yeah, of course that happened in Florida. So like the news only really picks up like strange shit in
Yeah.
Florida. They're like, oh yeah, people believe this. But yeah, that's your fucked up news.
Dingo got my baby.
So we're at the final stretch of the most juicy, delicious pieces you've weighed in the end. Now is the time, actually, that we should reveal our fully thought out, like mutations that we put on the shelf. Did you give a mutation, X-Men mutation thought? I've always said I wanted to be covered in fingers, with bones and everything in them, just covered in them.
Creepy.
And just like the human koosh ball, just finger around,
Yeah.
roll around, finger touching
You
everything.
play the piano like a madman.
Yeah, there's so many nerve endings that I'd feel like I'd find stuff in the carpet. And
Rick Wakeman ain't got nothing on me.
yeah, we talking about my buddy Rick Wakeman.
I honestly like the character Domino. Just want to be super lucky, like beyond possibility.
Nah, luck you have to get more specific. Like
More
what,
specific?
What kind of luck? Where do you have a sense about?
You know,
You just like
this is,
smell horse energy.
Okay, you
You're
know
like
what?
super lucky at the tracks. Oh, that horse, I can smell it. It's the pheromones. Like that filly's got the devil in it.
Yeah, okay, I can think of something better.
That's my new X-Men power. I take it to the tracks. I'm the horse smeller. I don't just whisper to him. I smell.
Trifecta man.
Yeah, you know, like when you've got that creepy friend that's always talking about how he can smell when his friends that are female are on their period. Which I think is a
don't have
thing.
that creepy friend.
I believe it. I've been able to smell it for like one brief part of period.
Yeah, I
puberty.
had that moment once or twice in my
that
life.
power
but
temporarily, but like that person is just like that's one of their hobbies.
That's a weird hobby.
Yeah, that's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what's like that. I guess my power is like that. I forgot what I was going. Anyway.
I think I'm gonna go with what you kind of were touching on earlier. Was I would like to be able to like accurately predict objects in space, like trajectories and shit. Just know
that's
where
interesting.
shit's gonna land. You know what I mean?
Yeah, have it all like instant.
Like
You'd be so good at parkour.
yeah, just be like 3-point man.
Yeah.
Just hit like 3 points. You know, I could hit a 3-point basket from like in China. Fucking 3-point man.
Amazing. 3-point man. That was supposed to be a positive buzz. This one. There we go. Man, I've been meaning to hit that one every time I've been hitting the dingy one. Anyway, behind the scenes, you guys. We're open about everything. We talk about our demographics.
That's great. No, I
Talk about our ad
I think
revenue.
of being able to take energy waves from people and then like turn those energy waves into words, so you can almost like think and hear what they're saying.
Oh, I got it. You got to
It's
be
just
like,
like a form of telepathy in that way.
Yeah, you know, I read this article
Telephony.
by a guy who was a schizophrenic, and he says that he believes that what he's hearing from people when they're not speaking is their energy waves, and then his brain transfers these energy waves into words.
Telephony. You know, there's
Yeah.
so much that people give off and
Right.
tiny timings of the smallest movements that we're aware of but not aware of. There's so much that can be done that seems supernatural or psychic that's a perceptiveness.
Right? There's still pseudoscience at this point, but we just don't have the technology to prove it either way.
I mean, how are cats and dogs talking so much? You know, cats don't meow to each other. at
No,
all.
they don't.
It's
They-
just for talking to folks.
Just for talking to us, yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Me in the wild, they're just like,
They're quiet.
yeah, you know that thing where you pass your friend in the hall in high school. When you don't want to say like yo or whatever. He's with his other buddies and stuff. You
mean
just
like a
give
head
the
nod type
yeah.
thing?
You give a little chin.
A little
Or a
sudden-
shoulder
yeah.
check,
yeah,
maybe?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the cats just walk around doing that. You can even see them. They'll be like, "Yo."
I saw a
The
cat
little-
communicate to another cat without saying a word that there was food that
Yeah.
just arrived.
Yeah, they do the little bop.
It was wild, man. I was like, how did that cat know that we have food just by looking at this cat? It was,
Yeah,
I don't know.
just a little twitch of the eyelid and a little bop of the head, and they're like, "Oh, I see what he's smelling."
Yeah.
Cats are totally telepathic with each other.
Well, the Egyptians thought so. That's for sure.
Yeah, you
They could be.
guys. Why don't they talk to the bugs? Get the dang bugs out. You telepathy. Tell these bugs
I
it's
know.
not
I'm
cool
trying
in
to
here.
like bring these skeletons in the house, and
Yeah.
these cats like can't even get the bugs out.
Can't keep the
fuck?
bugs off my skeletons. Oh,
Right, we don't want bugs crawling through the hair. So there'll be no bugs on my fur planet, by the way.
nice.
Yeah.
Hope not.
No.
Yeah, furry
Oh,
bugs.
man.
No bugs. Bug free.
But like pet bugs. What's that pet like thing that's like a giant pill bug?
Cool.
It's like really hip
Like
for a
roly-poly?
second. Yeah, it's like a giant roly-poly that there's like this anime trend of like cute girls holding these grotesque bugs.
That's awesome.
It's like a giant millipede or something.
You guys look up isopods. Isopods are, it's roly-polies are in the crustacean family, so it's this like semi-aquatic thing that looks like a giant roach, but
Oh,
with
yeah,
a bunch
yeah.
of legs because it's more crustacean-y.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, isopods. So there's this trend. It was like a meme earlier this year. As far as man, we're gonna need multiple episodes to like look back on 2018 and realize because we barely looked back. But there was an isopod trend. PewDiePie's isopod episode's really good as far as breaking down the
Yeah.
meme trend of the chicks with the isopods.
Yeah, okay. It looks like a roly-poly.
Yeah.
There's a picture of a roly-poly.
all kinds of
Interesting.
attractive women hanging out with them,
Oh, this one looks like a...
kissing them.
Little
There's-
demon roly-poly.
It looks like a tail from a lobster, and that's it.
It's kind of sad because a lot of times they die from these people holding them out of the water and bopping around with them, but they don't see. It's hard to tell whether they're alive or dead because it's such a chill, big old
Right.
bug.
That's interesting. Giant isopod. Okay.
Yeah, you guys.
Hella creepy. Well, I guess like the newest thing, stupid trend of 2019 is the Bird Box challenge.
I heard this movie
Oh,
was
no, there's a challenge
amazing,
with
but then
I heard it's about social
kind
media.
of
Spoiler.
like a bummer at the same time.
It's all a metaphor for social media, and the arguments for it are really compelling.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I'll probably watch it this weekend.
It's
just to
almost
see.
heavy-handed when you hear the anyway.
Oh, really?
That's as far as like you're gonna just avoid the monster with just not looking at the social media.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just training yourself to use it as a way to communicate with people.
I
Yeah.
use it like a telephone book.
Yeah, me too.
That's what Facebook
That's
is
why,
to me.
and it's why Messenger is a separate app from Facebook now.
Right.
So you can be over Facebook and still use Messenger to organize contacts really well.
I don't really look at Facebook very much, to be honest, because I just don't have time
Yeah.
to look at a bunch of once in a while.
So wait, there's a Bird Box challenge?
Yeah, well, so people, because part of the movie is like they try to venture out and they have to blindfold themselves or something because they can't look at the demon or monster or whatever it is.
Right.
That's part of the movie. So people started doing things blindfolded, and then of course
Getting
humans
themselves hurt.
How many
being
people have died from this challenge so far?
The super stable genius species we are, people have to escalate it right away, and so people start doing like really ridiculous and,
Across
like
the freeway.
yeah, like I don't know about that, but probably. But just like shit you shouldn't do blindfolded.
Yeah, like cross the freeway.
Like drive, yeah.
I mean,
drive
shouldn't
a car.
do that not blindfolded.
Yeah, you just shouldn't do that at all.
Right.
Driving cars.
I was
and
just
that?
thinking about the situation with the game, the Pokemon game, where people are collecting the Pokemons out on the freeway. They're like, well, they shouldn't have put them on the freeway, but it was just like randomly generated.
Yeah.
And so
Oh,
people
yeah,
are like,
yeah,
well,
the,
but, hey,
like,
but
the
it's a
hot
really
spots.
rare Pokemon right in the middle of the freeway. Who's not going to go get that? Me, personally,
Yeah, right.
because I didn't play that game, but I just, scary.
Yeah,
Technology
stuff like-
does weird things,
Yeah,
Games,
people. But Netflix had to release a statement. They're like, don't fucking do this. All right, just like, if you want to spin around with a blindfold on in your front yard or whatever, that's fine. Knock yourself out.
Yeah.
But don't operate heavy machinery blindfolded and shit. You know.
Maybe we should get together as a species and vote on taking the warning labels off of things so we can weed out the planet maybe a little bit.
No,
I'm
I've needed
not
some warning
super-
labels myself.
What's that?
I was quite an exploratory kid. I definitely needed some warning labels
I
myself.
gotcha. Well,
No.
not so much for kids, but but I hear you.
The thing is, I can't get over how haunted I am by the deaths from the ice bucket challenge.
The ice bucket challenge.
Where, just think it's just people dumping
died
ice on each
from-
other. I think it's so innocent, right?
Yeah.
But no, you have these kids that try to go too big on the bucket and they try to go too distant on the drop, and they have someone at the bottom of like 3 flights of stairs.
Oh, that's
And they go to
terrible.
tip the bucket of ice over on them, and it
fools
slips,
them.
and the whole bucket falls on them without any of the ice free of it, and just
Yeah, that's dangerous
So it's like
to drop anything from over 3 flights.
50 pounds of plastic bucket landing on someone.
Yeah. There was like what, 1 or 2 from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't many, but it was enough. But
To
yeah, it always
haunt me
like
forever.
It's like you drop some change from the Empire State Building and then just speeds up so
No,
fast.
that's a myth.
Is that a myth?
No, you just get money down there.
That's cool.
just give someone money.
Yeah. No, it evaporates before it hits the ground.
That's probably what happens. Yeah. Well, I know the dollar bill will just float down slowly. So.
No, we should start that rumor. Like if you just if you
It
drop
has to be 100, yeah.
hundreds are heavier.
Hundreds are heavier.
Yeah.
There's more zeros.
We just put a net on like the next story down.
Right.
Oh man, you guys. Okay. So now we got to put the lid on the bottle. It's time
Okay.
to wait. Oh, no, those are the double ones. Come on, I want to get a freshie. Come on, let's make this count. Come on. No. It's got to be. All right, I'm happy with the steam whistle again. We'll steam whistle it up.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Beggars can't be choosers. So, do you feel like there's a piece that's like the cap it off, feel good, send her away?
I guess this can like kind of tie into a theme of like looking to discover new things, even though it's not like super exciting. But were you guys up on the old Legend of Zelda game? The very old school one?
Yeah, the OG gold cartridge NES.
Yeah. So some dude found, I guess in like some old Nintendo games, there's what they call Minus World, which is like just a place of like old code or like half-used code that like really isn't supposed to be accessed. And so some dude finally found like the Minus World in the original Legend of Zelda. And it wasn't super exciting, but then someone was like searching for a secret in like a 30-year-old game and found something I think is kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
And it was accessible?
I remember
Yeah,
that
he
game
found
having
it.
some weird secrets even back in the day.
Like,
Yeah, there
like,
are.
you burn a bush and a secret staircase came and it goes to this minor world type thing.
Yeah, you have to do like, it's probably like a super glitchy thing where you have to like get
Right.
yourself in between some weird frames and do some weird shit. And then get hit by an enemy and it glitches you off the screen and there's a wraparound and then,
it's
Yeah, the ways people figured out how to get over this bridge early, beating one of those Zelda games on, I don't remember if it was Cube or the 64, if it was that Mask one or the Ocarina of
Oh
Time.
no,
one.
Ocarina of Time, yeah.
Is that the one that has that legend where there's just this legacy of people that learned how to cut through that game by working away past this invisible wall through like the edge of the way you hit this bridge, and it was this incredible, actually like had a lot of depth to the story thing.
Yeah, it's super cool.
There's this guy Taryn, I forgot Taryn's last name, but he works with Linus Tech Tips. But on his personal channel, I hope that gives you enough to Google this up. There's a killer, it's almost like a documentary on this exploit that really like pulled me into it in a way I didn't think I'd even find it interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But I don't know.
I love kind of glitchy tech tricks on video games.
Taryn
Hell yeah.
Van something,
I don't know
Taryn
why.
Van Pelt, I don't know.
It's just interesting.
I used
like,
to play
people,
this. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Super Mario Brothers,
Yeah.
for the old
Yeah, yeah.
Nintendo.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
your Nintendo would be dirty, right? And so it would glitch out normally, and so like it would cover up holes that were there, and it would
What?
look like floor was there, and then you run across it and fall in the hole because the floor wasn't really there because the game was dirty.
Yeah.
And so I got so bored of playing that game so many times that I would play glitched out dirty like that on purpose for the excitement of the game.
Dang,
that's
memory holes.
Isn't that wild?
Right?
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, I'd want to switch it up by taking the exploit that just gets me to the end right away. Or like my mom beat the Game Boy Metroid, and then
I love
I
that
just played her save of the last level over and over again, so I could feel like I could beat Metroid over and over again.
That's
yeah,
funny.
because those games are like a pain in the ass. when
Trying
you're a kid.
to rush against the clock.
Yeah, the last level's like weirdly easy. The one just before it is the crazy hard one. The
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
one's just like your little escape party with the little baby Metroid.
Right, right.
I don't know.
Right,
I think
right,
that's like a
right.
fetish now. The little pulsating jellyfish thing.
Covering you.
Just doing whatever, man. I don't
You
know.
know, and
just
then, like,
hanging
it gets
out,
on you and
taking
you're
it to
jumping all
dinner,
over with it.
You know, and watching a movie next to
It's
it.
kind of, it was kind of a kinky scene, to be honest. Threaten me with a good time.
Oh man.
Yeah, you guys.
You know, they sell these jellyfish in the sex stores now.
I want to take it and have a picnic, and lay out a checkered blanket, give it a
On
sandwich.
Fur World.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Take it to Fur World. Good one.
Take that to Fur World. You guys, join us in Fur World. Stay tuned on RadioVegas.rocks for this cool countdown thing that's going on. It's like the 500 songs of Rolling Stones saying that they're decent. That's not the official name of the countdown.
It's like top 500 songs of the last certain period of time or something.
Something, I think it's like of ever, and it's like a legit curated opinion, and it's something epic like that. We're counting through on the station, and it's been a privilege to divert it a moment for our shenanigans, but stay into that, you know, you guys. And thanks for hanging out. Oh, hey, you know what? That's
Don't
where
wanna
we
forget that.
Yeah, gotta officially roll her out. So rolling it out. Love you guys. Tell your friends. Help us learn and grow together to succeed and enjoyment and feeling better with one another as we grow and learn and feel like someone is listening to you while hoping that you're listening to them and buying their merch. Okay, so the videos are still live. Don't talk shit yet.
Yeah, you gotta wait till the videos go on. Talk shit about people.
We can't have the videos go off until these get closer to that.
Look around.
Rocky, Ricky,
Is it?
Ricky the Rock, guys. I'd like to introduce our night DJ, Ricky the Rock.
Yes, I'm sure you're the only one. This is it.
All right, Sammy D 2019. You guys, I think the Facebook one ended naturally. I turned and looked at the Facebook one, it's just like the boot logo of my phone, just deciding I'm just gonna reboot this. I can't even handle it. But YouTube stuck around. That's the thing, you guys. Sorry, but there's always going to be more technical issues with Facebook. They haven't updated their platform. It's way laggier than other streaming video platforms that have been steadily improving. It's kind of an afterthought, but it means something to you all and us with you. So hope that you join us as we evolve and whatever platform works for you.